Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. So let me get this overlay off so you can see the great guests we have here tonight. If I can find it. There we go. You know, StreamYard should let you organize by folders or something. Maybe that'll be coming eventually. But thank you to everyone who's here. So we've got Clobbering Times, Shrimp Lightning, a.k.a. Pat S. And is that Mrs. Dadman or is that Mr.? I can't tell. I don't want to misgender anyone.
Names. It didn't have any names.
Here we go. I was hiding the name, so we wanted to be able
We were joking about that before the stream with my long hair. So, how are you, Mark?
I like the new look, Dad, man. You're looking very, very good. Yep.
Okay, well, cool. Thank you.
Are you having a midlife crisis?
I don't know. Maybe at least for tonight. I don't have any bacon with me right now. I got cookies, but no bacon. So,
no bacon, right? Bacon wrapped cookies.
I don't know. I don't know if that's possible, but
but
you know they say bacon. Chocolate, but I guess chocolate and bacon is a lot of people like. It's a combination people do.
Yeah. Good Lord, there are 11 people we know live streaming right now, y'all.
Yep, there's a lot of people out there.
Crazy. Remember, Mark, when you were like one of only 2 people on Sunday nights this week?
A lot of the big guys were out there.
Yep, and let's add the great Scuba Pete. Hail, Scuba Pete.
What's up?
Hey, Scuba Pete.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
What's up, buddy?
It's awesome to have you. Yep, so we can talk some toys tonight and 80s stuff and all that fun stuff. Yep. I got a few toys. I said, Scuba Pete said he might be on tonight, so let me grab a few old school toys to show from the shelf.
I may just have a few laying around.
Well, that's a nice one. Yep. Let's say hi to everyone out there. We got a lot of people in the chat, which is awesome. So we've got Gap Stargate is here, and of course the great Hail Gap Stargate, the great Eric K, the Bronze Wrencher, and Hungry Boy, our favorite artist, who we don't know who really he is, but he does some great work, and he's got, of course, that awesome Clabone, which we love.
Hungry Boy,
so good.
The Polly's Minion, Hail and Pupper. Hope the road is treating you well.
Hello.
Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anyone. Oh, Captain James T. Skywalker. Hail the Captain. Hey. And the great Steve Mitchum. So, Steve, I hope you're feeling better. I know you had a wee bout of as they say, shore leave. So I got to play this clip for you if I can find it. I got my glasses on today, so I can't. The screen is awfully getting small. I'm complaining like you, Clobbering Times, right? When you can't see you can't see the screen, right? You find those clips a lot faster than me. You're pretty good at it, though, I have to say.
You can't find them?
No, I got that whole list. I was going to play.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to let you do folders or something in this. Yep. Here we go.
I had a wee bout, sir, but Dr. McCoy pulled me through. About one. Surely,
So, Steve, I'm sorry you got too much shore leave, but no, in all seriousness, we hope anyone out there is not feeling good. I had a wee bout of shore leave not too long ago too, so still recovering. It's been going
shore
around.
Leave going around.
So we hope everyone's feeling better, staying safe, and looking up the next week for everyone, because I know that's
absolutely
not a good one.
We hope soon you will be able to pop your fingers and jump for joy with a clean bill of health from Dr. McCoy.
Nice, yeah. Hail the small town republic. Welcome. Oh, and we've got the better half is here. We've got Mrs. Scuba Pete.
That's awesome.
Scuba Pete. Yeah, I can't do it, but I'm not even going to attempt it. But yeah.
No, we can't do it. That is Raquel's job.
Yeah. So, Mrs. Scuba Pete, maybe you could have that as your when Mr. Scuba Pete calls, have that as your ringtone. Scuba Pete, you got some luck.
I've got to get this.
Yeah. Tag that, right? That'd be hysterical. Yep. And speaking of Raquel, she sent me. We're going to do this on the Clubhouse, but we had to cut the Clubhouse short. We'll do it again this week, but wanted to give her a shout out because she sent me these butter tarts, which are very low calorie Canadian treats. Only 500 calories each. So these are awesome. So thank you for that, Raquel.
Is that survival food?
Yeah, it's they kind of this. It's I guess if you're Canadian, you know these. They're famous. So just what I need. grandmother's bake shop. No, they were awesome. So we're fighting over
Nice.
the remaining ones. But and of course, Raquel sends the box. But make sure the stickers are still on here so I don't dox myself because that's my superpower. But of course, I see the box on the front porch. So chief engineer, right? Mark.
Nice.
Yep. So I see that on the porch. I'm like, I know who that's from and going, So I appreciated that, Raquel. That was really nice. And maybe I'll have to eat one of those on the show. I don't know. I'm not as good as that as Nick Weiser does those awesome, food reviews. So I don't know. And he eats, he's eating all the food and giving reviews at the same time. So maybe we'll do that we'll have a food edition, of Thursday night at the clubhouse. Maybe we'll see.
You might have to have 1, 2, or 3 just really to get the full flavor to give a proper review.
Yep, just keep eating it, right? Yep.
I need one more, another bite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just one more.
Yep. So yep, it's all good, Yep. So what's happening this week? How you guys doing? Anything new and exciting?
A lot of field goals.
A lot of field goals. Yep. So
A lot of last minute field goals going on.
Yep.
And there was almost 4 road wins in the NFL. For a semifinal there, which was weird. And man, I'm tired of the Chiefs. Sorry, no offense, Chiefs fans, but it was nice to see some different teams in there. Even though I mostly hate the NFL now, anyway.
Yep.
Wow.
I got a good friend who's a Bills fan, so I guess they're not too happy.
I really hope the Bills had that one.
Well, can I say one thing here
Sure.
and interject here, though? But at least for the teams that lost today, just think you still made it further than the Cowboys did.
Everybody, yeah. They
Yeah,
sure did.
exactly.
The
Exactly.
the Cowgirls?
I'm a Cowboy. I claim to be a Cowboys fan, but it's like, Cobby, you've got it right. That franchise is what it is. But anyway,
Jerry
congratulations.
As long as Jerry Jones is in charge there, dude. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just the whole thing is I think they're condemned to failure. It's like the curse of Jimmy Johnson, really. Once he was gone, that's it.
I call it the Tom Landry curse personally. They got
Yeah.
that little 3 trophies. They'll never get another.
No, I don't doubt that, and especially the way he was dealt with
Yep.
was definitely not gracious. I saw something the other day. They had a show on it. I think it was on the ESPN networks that about that time in the news coverage around the time when he was fired, really unceremoniously. Yeah,
Awful.
Definitely not dignified
Yeah.
for somebody that had done so much for the team and the league for so long and was a model of class.
Started the team. So,
Mm-hmm. And by the way, hi Scuba Pete. I don't think I've ever
Hey.
talked to you personally before.
No, just always in the chat. Good to see
Yes,
you.
always great chat. So anyway, nice to see you tonight.
Yeah, I was I was watching Lorena tonight for a little bit, and then Dadman. Of course, you had some bad grammar. The grammar police would have gotten you. You said you got arrested by the roller coaster or something. But I know you were talking about the news show. But the way you wrote it, it sounded like you got arrested at the roller coaster at Universal.
Oh no, that's what I said. I didn't say it like that. I my brain shuts down on the weekends. My typing is bad enough already, but it's like, that's why I said it was my favorite ride because those people got arrested there at the ride.
Yeah, but
So-
you said that my favorite ride, like getting arrested at,
Oh,
like the way you
I
wrote-
got you now.
The way
But
you wrote it, it sounded like you got arrested.
I
The
meant the
commas are
ride,
important.
but Commas are very important. Yes.
Sure. So Lorena
Dadman
was showing all these.
arrested on roller coaster.
That's not what it said. Explain that to work. No, I didn't get arrested. That was a joke. It was something else. Ugh.
It's funny, yeah. But it was
Oh,
a funny
absolutely.
show because Lorena was showing with Culture Casino and Pat Stevie, all the park goers who were acting crazy at Disney World or all the theme parks. Like, so it's crazy.
We're already odd enough down here in this state, but then mix of some tourists in it, it really gets fun.
That's a fun show on Sunday. And of course, like Pat S. you were saying, there's a ton of great shows on Sunday night, and then 24/7 has a good show earlier on Sunday night. So there's a lot of great people out there. Oh, we got Sixes in the chat. Hail Six. How you doing?
And the Clobby's point earlier about, I mean, today's, I mean, if the Chiefs came back, but look, the Packers lost yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some high seeds have lost a lot of games. Normally, the home teams win throughout the playoffs, but it's that would have been odd to see Cincinnati and Buffalo, though.
Would have been crazy, but those two teams in the AFC Championship game, and neither have been in there since the 80s or 90s, early 90s. That would have been nutty.
Well, you know, the NFL has to be happy though, considering they're going to have at least one team from California, either San Fran or LA, larger markets.
It'll be the second year since the Rams are probably going to win. It'll be the second year in a row that the team has hosted a Super Bowl. Oh.
Wow. Well, you don't have to worry about the Jaguars doing that.
Well, dude, at least Brady's out of there, so something.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I was watching that game at the end of the game, and then God, I can't believe they tied. They got the fumble recovery, and they tied it up. And that game, boom, boom. Then their defense didn't hold. Of course, you can't blame it. I'm a New York Giants fan, full disclosure. So, but so not that I was rooting for Brady, but it is an impressive career. Even though I know there's a lot of we could go into a couple-hour rant on that, but the guy keeps winning. So at that age, so
Brady holds a special place in my heart for just one game, for just one Super Bowl, and I'll leave it at that.
And I know which one. Really, two for me, but
yeah, two of the New York Giants Super Bowl. Yeah, so
no, not those.
No, we don't care about this.
He beat the Falcons. We hate the Rams and the Falcons here.
Falcons, right?
Yeah, we really Rams.
Yeah.
And the Falcons, especially.
Especially the Falcons. We have a saying here. It's something along the lines of "F the Falcons."
Yeah.
So
pretty simple.
So what did the poor Atlanta Falcons do to the good people of the state of Louisiana?
It's just like the same reason why Eagles and Giants fans hate each other. It's pure, unadulterated sports hatred.
Yep.
No middle ground.
No good answer, right? Yep.
Wow.
And the Bears are out of it 6. Sorry, your Bears are not there.
Bears have been out of it. They didn't get in it. Sorry. And I have some very dear friends. Yeah, I have some very dear friends who are Bears fans, and so I'm sorry about that, sir.
And Snortopoopus was very angry about that, or upset about that too. Probably, I don't know. He's the polar bear is the Bears.
He's
fan.
for any bear. It doesn't matter any Bears that win. He's fine.
Enigmatic drop bear as well, right? Yep.
Yes.
He was probably upset.
As long as a bear wins, they're good.
Yeah. The Bears. Yep.
The Bears.
But I really think the NFL you should play a whole quarter, like in hockey. They play, a 5-minute overtime, or in the playoffs that they do, another whole. Period in hockey. So
we don't know. We don't know anything about hockey, so you could stop saying because we don't.
You don't.
You have to have ice
in the South.
We've had his amateur hockey teams here.
Yeah, same here.
You got Tampa Bay.
That's right.
They won a Stanley Cup.
Not us. We're Louisiana.
Right. We've never had one.
Right, yeah.
We've had a couple cool minor teams, but no, we never had.
Yeah, we've had good minor league hockey down here, and people like it. It's just having stable leagues. That's been the big problem. Of course, Florida got 2 NHL teams somehow, but that's further south of here. But Mark, can I take a disagreeing opinion with you on your show?
No.
Sure, of course. Yeah, all opinions are welcome as long as they agree with mine.
Like I told you before. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're right. It's your channel, but I have to say so old school. My only problem with that is that you still have to play defense. And the old way was, you get overtime, you win a coin toss, you kick a 50-yard field goal. That's the rules. And I will always feel that way just because that's the way it's.
Yeah, you're right. The Bills were terrible.
You play defense. If you play defense, you get the ball back.
Let's say hi to the great Cardinal Sin who just joined.
Whoa.
Hey.
Cardinal Sin.
The grandfather.
Yep.
Guard.
Boy, I love that.
Hello there.
Awesome.
Hello.
That's awesome.
Hey, man.
I'm getting to meet all kinds of new people tonight.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right,
So anyone who's not
what's up?
subbed to Cardinal Sin, make sure you sub. I think you're at over 600 now, right, Cardinal?
Yes.
Gil.
Nice.
Congratulations. Yep. So you're doing a celebratory stream soon, or hope?
Soon. I haven't planned
awesome.
it yet, but yeah, it'll be soon.
Yeah, because I saw you were looking for ideas, but I have one that not to do. Don't celebrate Star Trek Discovery. Just kidding. Yeah, that was an easy.
Oh,
guess.
that's it.
That was the one. he
I'll
wanted to do.
celebrate
Now
Star
you-
Trek Discovery.
Good.
But,
write that down. Where's your notebook? Yeah, don't miss that one. Yeah.
I still have a problem with the way they named that show, because when you can abbreviate it to something where you need a doctor's prescription or something, if it's so bad, it's like, that's not a good,
Disco,
well thought
you
out
mean?
name.
They didn't think it through.
No, they didn't think it through. It's like every time I hear y'all talk about it, I think
They
it's somebody
didn't think anything through.
selling-
No.
Nothing.
The best thing that they had was Jason Isaacs, who would have been a wonderful Starfleet captain, and he was gone
Great
by
actor.
the third episode.
And he was a complete scumbag as a person, sadly, because he is a good actor. Yeah.
The captain?
He's Isaac's
Well,
is a total
on
dirtbag
Twitter-
in
on
real
Twitter-
life,
on
I mean,
Twitter
in
you're
real life,
talking
he's a
about.
bad dude.
Oh,
On Twitter, you're talking.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that.
He's a monstrosity.
But he's one of my favorite actors, and
Yeah, he
I
is
thought, when we were running up to Star Trek Discovery, I was like, yes, Jason Isaacs is going to be the captain. And I didn't realize it was going to be the snuff film that it turned out to be.
Well, we've got Star Trek Picard to look forward to.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and
No.
look forward to it all you want, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, what's
Review
been
the
good
hell
lately?
out of
'Cause
that.
we like to focus on what's been good. So, of course, Cobra Kai. I've got that in the background. I think I don't want to speak for everyone, but I know Clobberin
I loved it,
Tom
yeah.
gives that a thumbs up. I give it a
Yeah.
big thumbs up. And
buddy.
I know Scuba Pete, Cardinal, Dadman, Pat. What do you guys think of Cobra Kai?
I have not dabbled in that yet. I'm
Nor have I.
Expanse.
Okay, you're Expanse.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm like them. I'm behind already. I'm in the middle of a few other things, but
Yep. Okay. Well, your
Yeah.
homework assignment is to
Yeah,
go watch
I
Cobra
want to.
Kai.
I have
want
all
to.
of Cobra Kai on disc,
Yeah.
except for the new season, and I just never got around to watching it. And I know everybody is going crazy about it, so I should watch it. I just there are only so many hours in the day.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
You got him,
Sure, yeah.
so you got him, so
Ben's a
that's
busy
all that matters.
cat, man. But I loved
Well-
it. I went back and rewatched season 1 before I watched season 4, and I still don't think anything's topped season 1. Of course, the thing is that I'm more of a Johnny fan, so like my thing is like I really dig him. I mean, I like the whole LaRusso's cool, and some of the kids are they're not intolerable, right? Usually I'm with kids like ugh, because they're 20 years of teaching, it kind of turns you off with kids. But I just love the whole story, and when he's telling that whole thing to Miguel, this isn't spoil anything for you guys, because he's just recapping what happened in the first Karate Kid movie, and how he's saying this, and if you go back and you watch the Karate Kid movie, it is kind of true. Like Daniel LaRusso was kind of a jerk. Like I'm not saying he deserved to get the crap beat out of him, but he definitely didn't make it any easier, right? He didn't lay low. He sprayed Johnny with the hose. He did all those things that he did in the first movie. He sucker punched him. So when you look at that whole thing, it is kind of funny, and you could kind of see from like his point of view, like, hey man, I really was kind of wronged on this. I was trying to get back with my girl, and he kept getting in the way, and then of course he wins her over, and what's he do? He breaks up with her and then goes to Okinawa like 4 months later.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's that way back then. That's the first thing I thought when that movie came out was like, what kind of dork are you?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and then breaks the Okinawa girl's heart and comes
Yeah.
back, and, gets beat up by all the old men in Cobra Kai.
But it did end up pretty well for me. He has a lovely wife now. Well, not shit. Well, that's not really a spoiler, But
Right.
no, that was a YouTube video I think, or someone did too, on how Johnny was right, which was obviously you
That's
take
how
it to the
that's how the show
extremes.
got made.
Yeah. So
The
Six
video.
is saying, we got to say hello to the lovely Sherry. So hail to the lovely Sherry.
Sherry.
Hail the lovely Sherry.
hello.
Lovely Sherry.
And as Six is saying, Johnny deserved all of that. Yeah.
There you go. Chris.
Yeah, he was a jerk too, but I loved seeing that
Yeah.
comedic take.
To try to make him not a jerk is what gets me. Like, look, okay, you can say a lot of blame go around. There were still just a couple of kids being dumbasses, but Johnny's a jerk. I mean, and that's why we love him. He's hilarious.
And he's had plenty of time to grow up to be a jerk.
Yes,
Yep.
he was one to begin with,
Very
and he became a great nuanced character, but even in the new season, which was hilarious, he was still being a jerk, and that's why we love him.
Yeah, because and you see character growth there too, which is good. You see character development, and like I love that the first season. These are not big spoilers, but it's very very minor. Like he's seeing a fight that happens between some kids, and like something gets someone throws a drink in his car, the food gets knocked in his car, so he only gets involved in like it's affecting him or his car or whatever.
Right. So is this? You said this is season 4?
Yeah, there's on season 4.
Oh man, I'm way behind then. Okay, well,
but there are only 10 episodes each season, I think, or something like
Sounds
that.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least you didn't ask me to watch the Book of Boba Fett, so yeah.
No, we wouldn't do that to anyone around here, would we?
And I'm a Star Wars fan.
Hey,
yeah, you're the big Star Wars fan, David. You're not liking it now?
Star Wars TV, just TV. My bar is low.
After Gina Carano got the treatment that she got, I haven't watched anything on Disney Plus.
Can't say I blame you.
Well, it didn't even go that far for me. It's just the way they just wrecked the whole franchises with the. I mean, it started with the movies, and then I mean, the whole placation with the end of Mandalorian season 2 with the big scene of Luke Skywalker, just and then they couldn't live with that because promptly to come out and squash any good things that could have come from that because you still got Jake Soywalker at the end, and they're going to keep going.
Did Mark Hamill actually coin that phrase?
Well,
I heard that Mark Hamill called the character Jake Skywalker.
He did it in an interview. Else. He did it in an interview back, I think, about the time the movie was released. So yeah,
that's hysterical.
Yeah.
That was
well, it's completely
really divisive. Yep.
It's completely the opposite of what. It's completely opposite of what the character was in the movie. Hopeful, redeeming his dad, always on the positive. I mean, and that's even before you get into anything with the expanded universe and all. And then you got a 180-degree different character.
Yeah. It is kind of weird. Like you risk your life to redeem your father, who's like maybe the most unredeemable person, at least the second, next to the Emperor. But then you decide you're going to go kill your teenage nephew because you had a bad dream about him. That's kind of a real turnaround. You have to admit.
Weak writing, weak sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Man, it's Star Wars. The worst thing you could possibly do is have, a Jedi Master, get ready to kill his nephew with a lightsaber in his sleep. It'd be even better than that if you just inserted Christopher Walken into the movie.
There you go.
And just get rid of Skywalker altogether.
Oh, gosh, but I don't know if we could handle Christopher Walken and Yoda talking in the same movie.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Possible?
A great Jedi become you will.
Or
just merge the two characters, and then everyone's happy.
Is now Yoda.
Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight.
I'm hoping that. That's awesome.
On Friday night, I watched a Christopher Walken movie, and he was very unwalken in it, but he was really good. The Deer Hunter. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he won the Academy Award for that.
With the Nero and
back
stuff,
when winning the Academy Award mattered.
When it meant something. That's right.
But I mean, frankly, everybody was good in that movie. And I went and read about it. Come to find out, the guy that played Fredo Corleone, he was like really, really sick during that movie
cancer,
and everything, and he passed like a few months after it was done.
Yep.
So that was incredible. But boy, what a good movie! And like I said, Walken was not the Walken we know today, but man, he was phenomenal in that movie.
Thank you, Hungry for Common Sense in comics again. Doomcock, in his last broadcast, said that people asked him to do Christopher Walken, and he said, "Go talk to Cardinal Sin." And this is not the first time this has happened. So, here I am.
In the flesh.
Like it or leave it.
Yep.
Rock it like a hurricane.
Rock me like a hurricane. I think I could add something to Hart's music.
Nice. Hey, and the and that whole Star Wars sequels too. I mean, I you know, the prequels I think have aged a little bit better thanks to how bad the sequels have been. And there's some generally good stuff in the prequels, and you know, we want to spend hours and hours dissecting it, but they're nothing that really makes you think like, oh, this is totally, you know, not Star Wars. At least you get new scenery. You get, you know, you don't get Tatooine again for the bazillionth time. It's like, why does you know, Boba Fett want to rule Tatooine? It's like, does he want to go somewhere, you know, maybe a little nicer in your old age?
Well, yeah, like, you know, like there is do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah. So
right?
why don't you do something better, Boba Fett, right? Yeah. But
I would kick Boba Fett's ass. I would take that Beskar off of him one punch at a time. You know, because I used to be a hoofer. So I would dance my way around him and just bop, bop, take that Beskar, bop, bop, more Beskar. You know.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, he's a fat old man. You know, I'm a thin old man. I'm sorry. I hijacked your show. I will now return it to you.
No, it's all good. That was hysterical. Yep. But as the missus was saying,
Walking
like,
is Freddy talking to Velma and Scooby-Doo. I don't remember anything that Freddy ever said. I was too busy watching Velma.
You got to Google some lines, yeah. But as my missus was saying, my better half was funny. Was she's like, well, why did she? You know, she doesn't pay attention to this stuff. Like, but she's like, why did they do that to Luke? Like, that doesn't seem like something Luke would do. Like, go away on a planet and, you know, not help his sister.
Your wife has very good taste.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently,
Well,
yeah.
Obviously,
Her instincts serve her well.
Well, to her point, to Pat's point, and I heard this brought out on another stream the other day, was that even Yoda, and remember in Empire, he tells Luke, the future's not certain, it's clouded. Nothing's set in stone, just because Luke was seeing the vision on of his friends and all, but could not guarantee what was going to happen. You know, you couldn't guarantee an outcome, and it's just like whether they're just incompetent, really trying to throw away. They say they have no lore and stuff to follow, but that's in the original movies. It's a basic concept like that, and you know, it just
thank God for Marsha Lucas.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Yes,
and then
that's what
after, you know, Mr. George Lucas became a huge star, producer, director, writer, you know, whatever, zoetrope, intelligentsia, there was no one to say no to him. Everyone was like a yes man. And so when it came time to do the prequel movies, he just, you know, dumped whatever was in his head onto the page, and we start out with a pod race that it takes up 1/3 of the film and has nothing to do with anything.
But that pod race is awesome, and I got to interrupt. Say hi, Kogi Pan. Hail,
Kogi Pan. Hey.
You know,
if you're into that
she
sort
loves
of
the
thing,
prequel,
yeah.
but that was just so well done. That
Let me tell you, if you're pod racing and you're too young, you could get in trouble.
Yeah. Where's pod racing Palpatine when you need him? Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hail pod racing Palpatine.
Yeah, but I did love that scene, and then, like, Sixth Essentially loves the prequels, which, you know, there's a lot of good stuff in them.
And to the point that they tried with that, to the point that they tried, I think, with that was to show that because of his young age, that humans could not race that race. You notice everybody else was aliens because of the
G-forces alone would tear you apart.
But also, if you read in behind the books, and that's where I don't think the movie explained it well enough, humans could not run that race. You had to be force sensitive to be able to drive like that with those turns in that canyon. Mm-hmm. So there's more that got missed in the movie, you know, that is there to support why they did that part though. My problem was in Attack of the Clones, the second movie. I had a 2.5. My oldest was 2.5 at the time. She watched Attack of the Clones with me twice in the movie theater. twice, a 2.5-hour movie. The second time she finally said, "Daddy, when are they going to quit the romance and start fighting again?"
That was the worst one, I think. Yeah,
That's all that wasted time that they used there for that romance stuff. But yeah,
and the acting is so wooden too. They're just, and Natalie Portman's actually worse in that movie.
I can't believe they're bringing that Christopher Hayden Christensen Jensen, whatever his name is, back, because he was like so wooden you could nail, him up against the wall. Maybe he'd make a good picture frame.
But Portman wasn't any better either, I have to say. Everyone picks on him, but when you watch her scenes, and some of it's the clunky dialogue, but your daughter was right. Yeah,
at least she can act.
The romance.
Well, I don't know. I've heard bad things about her being Jane Foster in the Thor movies, so
we'll see what happens. Yep.
It's
and actually this comic.
So far, I haven't had any problem with her. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All these moments will be lost in time like Disney Star Wars.
Don't remember that yet, but this book is going crazy right now, which is in value. Which I'm one of the. I guess I still read new
Thor.
Comics. So this is the God of Hammers. So Thor Mjolnir is actually a female character now, kind of like TARDIS is, I guess.
God.
But
this book
is just this book has jumped up in value like crazy. It's over, I think, in some places, depending on the cover, $150. So
holy moly!
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
wow!
Because it's a new character.
Wowie!
So, I mean, you could have Mjolnir be female, I guess. So Thor's been throwing a lady around the whole time. I don't know,
or be thrown around by a lady. It seems like that's the trend these days.
But I haven't read it yet, so I got to read it. But I guess it's created a lot,
Well,
God of Hammers.
You don't gotta.
Well, I bought it, so I got to read it. But yeah,
Gotta collect them all. Gotta catch them all.
Well, I have
some sort of mall where you get Pokemon and you collect them all in a mall. I don't understand. I'm confused.
Hungry Boy's confused too. Yeah, why? But I think I've got every issue of Thor since I want to say 300. Whatever my collection is. Up. So
I've got every issue I've ever collected. What are you saying?
Yeah. So
how many is that?
That's quite a few. Yeah, Thor. Of course they renumber, so they keep. They have multiple ones. Like I was watching a Marvel Comics ad. They're like, "We've got 5 number ones for you this month." It's like, well, how about you just have good books and we don't keep rebooting stuff and going, back to number one again. So
that's nuts.
Gotta have those number ones, dude.
Yep,
Especially, the people that actually fall for, holographic cover, number 1 through 8. And it's the same book, but you got to collect all the different holographic covers. Mm. And they put millions of them out there, so they're completely worthless.
Yep. So
I'm just
like
confused about a female pagan godhammer.
Did anyone out here buy a lot of Eternals comics on speculation before the movie?
Ah, boy.
Perhaps an action figure.
Yeah.
Nobody bought those action figures.
That's the only thing.
Did you buy any Scuba Pete just for
no,
fun?
I did not.
Did the Eternals even make it to China?
No, they didn't. As far
as
no.
It turns out the people in China, they have pretty good taste. Like no more Marvel movies. They suck. They're woke. Get out of here with that.
Well, they didn't have a choice, but.
Yeah, but I saw some of the figures in Walgreens, and some of them were horrendous too. It's like, God, they're hard. I mean, even whatever you think of the movie, as an action figure collector, I'm like, these are just not.
Speaking of Hungry's comment there, that was just up. I almost walked out on what was the movie? The first Avengers movie when in New York all the aliens came in and started to invade.
Oh.
I walked out. I went to the bathroom. I came back, and then I kind of watched the rest of the movie from the just inside the curtains because I was convinced that I was gonna turn around and leave again. I still haven't seen the end of that movie.
I had something of a similar experience in the Solo movie, where it was lame all the way, and then all of a sudden, when they brought back the one Sith apprentice that somehow could outlive every Sith Lord in the whole universe and all, that they brought Darth Maul back out. When he appeared, I started ranting out loud. My daughter had to hit me and say, shh, shh, shh. At first, she was laughing with me, but it was like, how bad can this be?
I must have missed that.
I almost walked out.
I saw Solo in the theater, but I don't remember Darth
towards
Maul
the end.
being
Towards
there.
the end. Yeah.
He's a hologram.
Yep, and of course you got to bring out the double-bladed. You got to bring out the double-bladed. You got to bring out that double-bladed red lightsaber because we got to sell more lightsabers.
Right?
Sorry.
That turns his lightsaber on for no reason, by the way.
For no reason. Yeah.
Yep.
Just to make sure you knew it was him.
Yep.
I was actually awake for that part because honestly, I fell asleep about 20 minutes into it and slept for about an hour and 5 minutes.
Yep.
And I rarely do this, but I went to the movie by myself, and I really thought about staying afterwards, but I kind of sat there and I listened to the people behind me talk about it, and they were like, man, this was garbage. God, what was this? And I'm like, you know what? I'm tapping out. I'm just going to go.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Like Highlander 2, like our buddy our buddy J-Man was saying he liked Highlander 2. Of course, he was talking about the Renegade Edition, which doesn't count. Hey, Tim Stock, hail.
I went to the theater to see The Crow, and I was there with my, at the time, wife. She's not my ex-wife, but we went there, and she was really like, because I've done a lot of movie riffing, and she was like, shut up in the theater, don't talk. And I was like, I don't talk in the theater. And anyway, we're watching the previews, and the preview for Highlander 3 comes up, and at the end it says Highlander 3, and somebody in the audience yells, "The apology!"
That's a
Apology
good one.
was not accepted.
That's a good one. Yeah, there should have only been one movie.
Yeah, there should only be one.
And are they remaking it now with?
Oh, I'm sure. Now that you've
with,
mentioned it, that you've given someone an idea.
The Superman's going to play the lead character. Yep. So what's his name?
Who?
Harry.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Connor McLeod.
Yeah,
Connor
he's going
McLeod.
to play Superman. Yep.
McLeod.
Play Highlander. They're doing I just saw they were starting filming.
Really?
Henry Cavill's going to be
Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Connor McLeod.
Yeah, it starts shooting next year. Let me share my screen here.
Wow.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
I mean, not that we need another Highlander movie. I love Highlander. The TV series is good too. I like the TV series.
The TV series was better than any of the movies.
Enjoyable.
The only interesting thing about the movies was the Spaniards from Planet Zeist.
Oh, don't mention that. Oh my God, Planet Zeist. But this is what they look at this crap that I got to say here. They said his version is described as a more grounded in reality take when compared to the original movies and television show, and the movie will likely play a bit more like a modern tragedy. So, what wasn't tragic about the first Highlander movie? I mean,
I don't know.
Could you tell me what was
what's
not
the name of the
tragic
guy that was in the
Grounded
TV
in
series?
reality.
Julian something?
Adrian Paul.
Adrian Paul,
Yeah.
yeah. If they make another Highlander movie, he should still be the main character. I mean, he could pull it off. I think he's probably still young enough. The women love him. It gets, butts in seats. I vote for Adrian Paul. Now, obviously, if you're going to have Henry Cavill in it, I think he's a little too buff for the role. Plus he's got to, do a Scots accent, which for him won't be a problem. British actors can, do any kind of accent in the world. American
Don't
actors
hire Kevin Costner.
can
for
try.
an accent.
Not Kevin Costner.
But yeah, it was just you really don't need. And Queen with the original soundtrack. I mean, God, what a phenomenal soundtrack that was. I mean, that album is. Of course, we can't play it over here, but if you haven't heard the Queen soundtrack for Highlander, I mean, what an amazing.
awesome.
Amazing. And then also the Queen soundtrack for Flash Gordon. I mean,
Yep.
somebody
Epic.
should be hiring Queen to do the soundtrack for movie after movie after movie. And because it's a soundtrack, you don't need a singer. So,
Yep. Well, they do have a new singer, but yeah.
yeah, I know.
But yeah,
But does
And
he
so
have a 5-octave range?
I don't think so. Yeah, but he's pretty good. But yeah, nothing like no one can compete with Freddie. Yeah, and his hungry voice says Zardoz.
Actually, when is Freddie Mercury for Halloween? One year. I can probably pull that up.
Pull that up. Yep.
It actually looked pretty good, if I can find it.
Zardoz is actually set in 2022. So someone.
Oh
was
my
posting-
God,
Is
no.
it really the year?
No.
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Zardoz, the penis is evil. The gun is good. The
Any
penis.
action figures from
is
Bring out
Zardoz
the
and Scuba
diapers.
Pete? Yeah. Hey, but Sean Connery. If anyone could pull off that costume with Sean Connery, right? So.
What I heard was that he
Scotsman.
wanted to do something as different as possible from James Bond, and they found it.
Yeah, they did.
About it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Here, let's show some pictures of. Where's here? I'll just do it. Oh, here we go. Here's the Wikipedia article. Yeah. Let me share this. Yeah. Oh God, yep. But yeah, so this came out, 1974. Yep.
Giant
So for
floating head.
those of you youngins, he was James Bond back in the day when Bond movies were awesome. And there's the poster for Zardoz. And then let's see what the next. Yeah, there's the famous outfit. Yep. That Sean Connery is rocking, but he was a bodybuilder back in the day, and no one's gonna mess with Sean Connery, right? Would you?
I didn't know he was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, yep. He's a bodybuilder. Yep. So would you go
What
pick
the
a fight
heck
with
is
him? No.
that? Wow.
Yep.
I'm going to have to do a search.
Yeah. So let's see here. I think I was reading it was 2022 that the movie came out. Yep. So, but
That's
yeah,
creepy.
so that's a classic. Yep. So not a lot of good reviews at the time, but some people love it. So, but it's it's a fun movie. Yeah, images. Here we go. Why not, right?
There's actually a list, I think it's on Wikipedia, with all the different dates that have either passed or are coming up in science fiction. Like, when
Like
When more-
different
when-
events
yeah, like
are
when-
happening.
when Marty was in the future, right? When Blade Runner happened, right? All those things that have kind of come and passed.
Yeah.
You familiar, Mark, with a Superman character in the 70s and in his comic called Bartox?
No.
He was a guy from another planet with a different planet, but he
Bartok with a B?
no, Vartox.
Okay, I was going to say, he's a composer.
No, he's a guy that looked they based his look on Connery from Zardoz, and he's basically had equivalent to Superman's powers. They were enemies at first, but later he went to Earth. He fell in love with Lana Lang, and they became friends. So they based his visual look on that though, and he was one of Superman's buddies. One of his pals.
But he wore the diaper.
He looks very much like Connery. He was
Was he from a planet Zeist?
Yes. It's from Zeiss. Or you can, at least it'd be fun for you to believe so. So I want you to believe it. I forget the name of
hail
the person,
to hail the Shellback, but actually,
actually.
I'm not a storehouse of a lot of knowledge, but this I did know. So, but Sean Connery was in
Universe.
representing Scotland in Mr. Universe. So yeah, he wasn't. He was in great shape. He wasn't, Arnold Schwarzenegger shape, but then again, back then, most guys weren't either. So he was actually did train for a couple of years, and obviously you could see he was really in good shape, but not.
I remember the first time I saw Sean Connery was in the theater when I was a kid, and they were playing Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Yep. And when that banshee screamed, man, it scared the living crap out of me.
Yep, that's pretty frightening.
I almost ran out of the theater past my parents. I mean, Disney had pretty good special effects in those old movies. I don't know why they stopped showing their movies every 7 years. They own them already. They don't have to remake anything. Just remaster it and put it back out. Is that Sean
Connery? Yeah, I agree, Cardinal. Is that Connery, or is that this character that you were talking about?
That's the character Vartox.
Wow, someone's got a lawsuit coming.
Even the Russian bot likes it.
Even the Russian bot likes it, yeah.
Just to find a bigger picture of the first cover. So he used to appear with Superman a lot. Oh man, I'm trying to find a good picture of the first cover. See? Can't find a big one, but there's the first one, I think, right there.
Wow, yeah.
Wow, yeah, it really is.
Damn it. You will see. A life for a life, Superman. My wife was murdered, so I killed your Lois Lane.
Wow.
That picture. He was like, behold my crotch.
God. What does Hungry Boy think of that angle? And that, we got.
I know Hungry Boy remembers Vartox. Yeah, but they just thought someone at the time, Carrie Bates, Kurt Swan, Julia Schwartz, or whomever, liked the movie Zardoz, and they just went ahead and I don't know.
How come Marvel hasn't come out with a movie with MODOK as the bad guy? MODOK was such a cool character.
Too busy putting him in a stupid TV show with Patton Oswalt's dumb voice, I guess. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, Gil. He's a great character. Him? No, they did a stupid animated series on Hulu, a really unfunny piece of crap with about MODOK just this past year, with Patton Oswalt doing the voice.
And did anyone watch? I watched like the first 5 episodes.
Did it look like good at all?
Yeah,
it did.
Well,
yeah,
no,
it did look. It did. The animation was good.
So.
It's just unfunny. It was just, just trying to be funny. When, like you say, you make the point, Gil. It's best to use him as in something serious. He would have been great in the movie.
They had time travel thrown in, and it did look gorgeous. I have to say, if you like that kind of animation style, it was pretty nice. But
it would be kind of difficult, I guess, to bring MODOK into a live action film. But you would have to use somebody short like Patton Oswalt.
Well, he just did the voice, but that's true. They couldn't even get Arnim Zola right.
All you need is the head, and let him move around in that flying saucer of his.
The actor for Arnim Zola was really good, but Toby Jones. But it was kind of. It was still cool to have him in Winter Soldier. First Avenger, then Winter Soldier, but they didn't really make him look right.
Yeah, I guess you could do something like a mutation gone wrong, or you can fall into a pool of something like they were joking about in Spider-Man. Don't fall into a pool of eels, electric eels. But with those talented animators out there, you could do it. I agree it's tough, but you could do it, or you could do it the right way, like an experiment went wrong, or it could be done. But it's not going to be easy to do. But I'd like to see some more mainstream Marvel characters. Now we're getting all these, they're going to do Ironheart. It's like, why don't you give me like a Dark Hawk series if you're going to do, something,
You got Moon Knight coming.
We got Moon Knight, yeah.
Well, even then when they were doing well, they just teased the villains. For example, they teased that they were going to give us the leader as a Hulk villain in the Incredible Hulk film in 2008. Then we never see him again.
That was a shame, yeah.
And that actor would have been good.
Yeah, no, that was interesting. Yeah, that was cool. Yep.
No.
But I think Universal owns the rights to the Hulk, so the Hulk can't appear in a movie without Universal getting a big
Well, that's
cut.
okay.
Yeah, but-
They've already done 3 standalone
Yeah.
Hulk movies.
Yeah,
Two.
but I
Oh,
think that's
2?
why they're
Okay.
avoiding
Yeah, 2.
that set, doing another
Yeah, but-
movie because
And 2 Fantastic Four movies so far, right?
2 that were actual legit movies. Even though
Other
they
than
were
the
good.
Roger Corman one where they pulled the rug out from under them in the last
Right.
2 hours.
Well, in that case, if you want to count all the movies that are so-called movies with that title, there's 4.
yeah, we won't know
And
how to
they're
mention
going
it.
to reboot it for the MCU, right?
Yeah. Then it's gonna be bad.
A Shellback, great. That's a Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones is Modok. I can see that.
Peter
Yeah, he's-
Dinklage.
That's
That's funny.
Did I say Dinklage?
You did, yeah.
I did, yeah.
But I like it.
That's like
It's good.
he drinks a lot on the show, right? Yeah.
He drinks and he knows things.
That's right.
Kind of like me,
Good slip.
I drink and I know things and then I forget them.
Stream brain, yeah. We'll say it called stream
At least,
brain.
at least you
there
didn't say
something-
shrinkage.
It's the
Is there something
lobes.
going on with Daredevil in the world right now? Because I was on Netflix the other day. I noticed it's like trending in the top 10. It's like a
It's
6-year-old
the,
show. What the hell?
The show was started. It had seeing a resurgence now with the Spider-Man film being popular, and yes, it's doing very well, and which is a great show. It's having some again, like I said, some resurgence in popularity. It won't mean anything because if they do move Daredevil over to Disney Plus, like they're talking about, they're going to reboot it.
They'll keep the actor, but yeah,
Not gonna
anything
continue.
that
Well, yeah,
happened-
and they're gonna
anything that
keep
happened would not
Vincent
have-
D'Onofrio too.
Well, they're keeping him, but they're still going to change. They've already changed Kingpin, and they're going to change Daredevil.
yeah, those series won't exist, I guess, right? They'll just they're using the
They're
actors.
bringing him into the MCU.
Yeah,
Well,
but what I think what Clever
no.
Dubs is trying to say is that what happened in those series won't have
Right.
happened in the MCU.
Yeah.
Even though at the
Why
time
people
they were
fight
made, they were in the MCU. This is a bunch of
Yeah.
crap that came down that is just bull crap between the people who were running the TV division and Kevin Feige boy. That's what.
Feige.
Yeah. That's what. It's just because they were always part of the same thing. I mean, and even on those Netflix shows, they were constantly referring to the Battle of New York and all the different superheroes and stuff.
Yeah, that Battle of New York. That's the one that I almost walked out on.
I can't.
No,
believe
I did walk out on
like
it.
that. I
On
can't
the
believe that.
Avengers.
Actually, now that I
love that
remember, I
movie.
did walk out on it.
That's a shame. I thought that movie was great.
I was like, okay, now you've got aliens pouring in from the sky. It's all CGI. I know how this is going to end up. I'm out of here.
Wow, that's a great.
You
movie,
didn't see
man.
that the
I
Avengers
love it.
lost, Cardinal? You missed that part.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
know the
kidding.
Avengers got beat.
Yeah, I should have stayed.
Loki
never
escaped.
I own the movie. I just haven't watched the end of it yet.
Well, watch it. I'm not just kidding.
Okay.
It's a
I'm
good
kidding,
ending,
man. I'm just kidding. I did like it.
Hey, if
love
you recommend it, I'll give it a go.
You own it, right? Yep.
I never recommend anything. I just say I liked it or I didn't, because recommending is the fool's game, buddy.
Yep.
But I
Yes.
did enjoy that one.
Yep. See, I've been watching Blake 7, and you did not recommend that I watch it.
I just
You
said I love
that-
it.
You just said you love it. Yep.
See?
What's wrong with Blake 7?
Oh no, I love it. I just he's watching it now, and I never want to take responsibility for telling someone something's good, or telling someone something's good, and then they watch it and go, "Oh man, you said this is good." So I just say, "Hey, I loved it," or "I didn't."
Right.
And if you want to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. We can talk about it. If not, I got you. No one agrees on everything. But
That is true. Because Clobby tricked me into watching The Prisoner, and I have to tell you, overall, I mean, I didn't like it. Overall, I like Jim Caviezel, but that whole show was stupid.
All right, dude. Step up for your nut punch. You have to be an IOU.
Yeah. Well,
You're missing the review show.
No.
You must see the Prisoner review show.
Yeah, it's a great show you got
I
going.
like
Yep.
that shirt.
that's-
There you go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's pretty snazzy. It's got the URL on the back.
Ah, nice,
So-
man.
That
I,
is cool.
I sell it on the Gill store
The Gill store.
for pennies over profit. as a thank you for people, being a walking billboard for my channel.
Excellent.
Why not, right?
Yep.
You know,
That's very
Hungry
cool,
Boy,
yeah.
the thing is, no one could ever be. I mean, I like Peter Dinklage and all, but no one could be better than Michael Dunn. His Dr. Mickey Loveless is perfect, and I've never recast that. He was fantastic on that show. What a great character.
Yeah, Dana and Serverline. Well, I haven't gotten to Dana yet, but Serverline.
Yeah, you have.
Cute. Oh, where was?
She's
Oh, yeah.
Dana Melody,
Yep. That's
Did
right.
I ever tell you that I
Yep.
actually met Paul Darrow?
Oh wow, no, nice.
Yeah,
I'm
I
actually
met
friends with
him
I love him.
and Robert Llewellyn and Danny John Jules from Red
Oh,
Dwarf. Got their
wow.
autographs.
Nice,
At the same con, I met John Pertwee, got his autograph
nice.
twice. Yeah, it was a great convention. It was a fan-run convention called Visions in Chicago.
I've heard of those. I'm jealous, man. Those are great ones. I mean, I love all those guys. Love them all.
Yes, I've been enjoying Blake 7. I think the end of season 2, beginning of season 3 has been really fantastic. Of course, you told me that special effects are really good clobbering times. So.
Yeah, I told you how great the special effects.
Great effects.
You always pick on the effects and the sets. It costs like. All I can tell you to do, if you want to know an idea, basically the budget for Blake 7 or Doctor Who at that time, reach into your pocket right now.
Yeah,
jingle those coins
whatever
around.
spare change you have, that was it.
There you go.
Yep.
But I grew up, watching old Who and child of the '70s. So yeah,
There
the
you
effects
go.
don't bother me. But
Mark, how are
No,
you
I
watching
think-
that series? Are you on like a DVD? Or are you streaming it or what?
I sub to BritBox.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, it's on BritBox now. Finally.
It's on BritBox now, finally. Yep. So there's other
Okay.
ways you can find it that aren't, I guess I don't know if Daily Motion is technical. Let me show Cardinal here.
Oh yeah,
Technically legal. Yep. There we go. Perfectly.
Nice.
Yep.
yeah.
But wait, there's more.
I love that. That's season 2. I love season 2. That's one of my favorite of the entire seasons of Doctor Who. I have
Season 4,
that's the
yeah.
new one, right?
Nice.
But wait, there's more.
Did they?
they
Is that
put
the one with
season
the
1 yet?
reconstructed animated
They're
episodes?
putting
Or
them out of order. No, it's not those. Not Pertwee. Nice.
But
Oh
wait,
my
there's
God,
more.
Dude, I have that one. I do have that one. She's got to do one at a time. It's like a big smarty pants. Damn you! Wait for the price
wait,
to go
there's
down
more.
on some of these.
Do you
Yep.
keep them in a pouch on your pant leg? Is that where they're?
Yes.
Yeah, just like a kangaroo.
Yeah.
I'm a marsupial. It's they're safe right here.
Season 7. Nice. Yep.
Nice.
But wait, there's more.
All right, Steve. Feel better, brother.
Night, Steve.
I got that one.
Yeah. Feel better, Steve.
But wait,
Yep.
there's more.
Most of those, if you wait long enough, you can get them to go down in price. I have that Davison season. I'm waiting for them all to go down a little bit.
Little Vesper
Love it.
McCoy.
I want that one. I'm waiting for that to go down season.
But
What
wait,
happens
there's
is
more.
too that sometimes you miss them. Of course, Doctor Who should always be in print, but there's some movies that I've missed or series, and then they
Nice.
never come back again, right?
And there's a Colin Baker set coming out, but
Yeah.
the
You have Trial of-
pre-release
Trial of
price
the
is
Time
like
Lord?
Yeah.
$60.
The second, is it the Trial of the Time Lord second Colin Baker season?
Okay, you can make me smile again.
I guess you can.
We'll put Blake 7 up. Yep.
I love it, man. I mean, but again, I never tell anybody to watch it because people will watch these things and they won't like the budget and they won't like the cheap effects and all that stuff.
70s goodness.
You know,
You
70s,
have
80s.
you have to prepare people and let them
Yeah,
know.
you do, but
The sets are going to be a little wobbly. The special effects, now that they've remastered
Right.
them and they've redone the special effects,
Not on these.
they're not bad.
they haven't remastered these.
No,
No, I wish they would. I mean,
Yeah,
I
not
don't
Blake
really, I don't
7.
really care,
I don't think
but-
there's enough interest.
Actually, Gil, there was a fan did do a few episodes where he remastered. They look pretty cool, but not not official.
I think they think that there's not enough interest. They're wrong, of course, but
They might be right. I'm going to be honest. This show's been kind of untouched by popularity, which would have got really shitty remakes done. It got a Big Finish remake done that was terrible.
how cool would it be to see Blake 7 in 4K, totally remastered in 5.1 surround or Dolby Atmos or whatever?
I wouldn't need that for me personally as a fan, but I wouldn't. I guess I would applaud it if they did it. They never will.
No,
It's
they
not
never
does
will.
look it does look pretty good on BritBox, I have to say.
Yeah, it does.
Some of the when I was watching it on.
Did they upscale it?
I don't think it's upscale, but just it
No.
must be
A little bit,
decent
maybe.
DVD
Just
DVD
480p
quality.
I'll have to sub to BritBox after this.
Yeah, Scuba Pete's gonna.
This segment
sub it.
brought to you by BritBox.
I already have a VPN, so
My eyes are so bad, 4K, 50K, 2 billion K. It doesn't mean shit. I just watch the crap. Okay.
I gotta say,
4K, 2D.
going from Blu-ray to 4K to UHD 4K is amazing. And I know that there are 8K TVs out there. I'm not sure the human eye can see 8K. Maybe it can, but
mine can't.
The 4K is just amazing, crisp. You're fantastic. Like The Prisoner, we were talking about The Prisoner before. It's been remastered and it's a beautiful remaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it was made yesterday.
It looks fantastic. I will say that. It was,
spot on, Hungry.
That came out with the anniversary a few years ago.
Well, this is a great quote here before Raquel pops in. We'll play this.
Callie in your place, would you? Probably not. What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not.
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid, and I'm not going.
I couldn't hear it.
Sorry, I gotta pump up the volume on that one. Clobbering times. You want to? let's say hi to Raquel right now. Hey, Raquel.
Hey!
Yeah, let me.
Raquel!
How's it going?
Hey!
Thanks for
Who's
stopping
here? I just
Raquel's
got
in the house.
Family day.
Nice.
Hey, Raquel.
Hey, look who's here!
We got Cardinal. We got Scuba.
We do. This Scuba Pete! Whee! And my captain, Dadman Clan.
Captain,
yes,
Captain.
Is that the marvelous Conan in Vegas? Oh no, it's Pat S. Good evening, Pat S.
Hello, Raquel. How are
Hail
you?
Pat S.
Conan had to run. He's not feeling well, so I hope you feel better, brother.
Yeah, me too.
I hope he. Yeah. I don't
Well-
want him to be ill.
Well, greetings to you, Raquel. This is the first time I've ever gotten to speak to you directly.
Yes. And, isn't
It's
it
an honor.
funny that should be the case? Because, we hang out so much. It's
I know,
odd.
I know. Exactly. It's like the first time I met Scuba Pete tonight also. It feels like an old buddy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We chat via
This
the
might be
written
the
word.
first time that we've streamed together on somebody else's channel that wasn't mine.
Gil, you have a new haircut and you look so cute and young. You look
Oh, thank
terrific,
you.
my friend. Bravo to you. You look great. You look absolutely fabulous.
And I could write it off as a tax thing, it's part of my YouTube expenses.
Yeah. And look at that.
Well, that's how I
handsome
can get some. That's how I can get hair back.
Yes. And look at this handsome face, otherwise known as Scuba Pete. Scuba Pete is in the house. How are you, my illustrious, geeky, amazing friend? How are you and Leslie?
We are doing well. We spent 8 hours today on a friend's participating in his live stream for his brother, and they raised $4,000 for his cancer treatment. So we've been
Nice.
busy.
Oh,
We've
wow.
been busy.
Yes.
I was on the stream for a little bit. It was really cool to see this giant community come together, and we're talking global, UK,
Yeah.
America.
I stopped in to see it. It
Australia.
wasn't anything that I could buy and certainly not anything I could afford, but I definitely shared the link. I was so
it. Thank
excited to see all the cool things that you folks were doing and the things that you were auctioning off, and what a great cause it was. So
It was.
I doff my cap to you. I think that was a very heroic and wonderful thing to be a part of. And
Yes,
I
certainly.
think it's amazing that you raised that money. And I love you. And I'm so proud of you. And yay for everyone involved.
And you didn't even have to get Zack Snyder involved.
Nope.
Well, Scuba, if you want to
Oh,
put
my.
drama.
if if you want to put the link in the private chat, and then I'll share it out to everyone.
Well, we're going to try and raise some money before this movie comes out, but screw all of you guys. The studio made me say that.
What was funny is Leslie was upstairs, I was downstairs, and she was bidding on something. I'm watching it in the chat, and I'm on the stream like we are now, and she wins, and you hear, "Whee!"
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, somebody's happy at my house.
I love you two. You two are just such a dynamic and wonderful couple. You're
You might
great.
even say a dynamic duo.
Yes, a dynamic duo. Well, no, actually, there's more than two of them. There's a whole Pete family, and they're all quite exceptional human beings. Wonderful to be around, and just infectious in laughter and in great times. So, how wonderful!
So
and
kind.
as I said, bravo to you. I'm very proud of you.
So it's an auction, and some people can't miss that whole. Sorry, so it's an auction, so people can't currently donate to the cause, or
They've got a GoFundMe set up for Mark, but yeah, this was auctioning off, all kinds of collectibles, Star Wars, mask, you name it, Marvel.
for a good cause. Yeah.
Yeah, for a good cause.
Yeah,
Right,
and they
right.
had these cool. They had lots of cool memorabilia as well. When I tuned in, I think they had some Batman. I don't think they were lithographs, but they looked as though they were something more special than a poster. And everyone was talking about it and bidding on it, and just some really, really super cool stuff. But even if you miss the auction, you can always go to the GoFundMe. Scuba Pete can tell us where to go, and Scuba Pete can tell us a little bit about this wonderful cause. And you can also learn a little bit about this wonderful cause when you go to the GoFundMe, because of course there's information there. But Scuba Pete, could you just give us like the elevator pitch of what happened this afternoon and direct folks to this amazing, wonderful cause?
Yep. So, a buddy in the toy collecting community is John at Super Awesome Geek Show. He has a YouTube channel worth checking out. He's down in the Sunshine State, but his brother Mark has been fighting cancer repeatedly, and it's kind of gotten to that level where it's way more aggressive, and they're going to have to do some very expensive and extenuating treatments, and all that costs money, of course.
Yeah.
And so what better way than to rally the troops with what we dearly love in the first place, all these wonderful toys. So lots of
wonderful toys.
Da-da-da-da-da. So lots of folks donated to it. I really didn't have anything to donate, so we just waited patiently to bid on goodies. And Raquel, you might be getting something.
What?
From the yeah.
Oh, come on. Raquel gets goodies all the time.
No, I don't actually. I've never received any goodies ever.
Really?
You might want to reserve a little bit of wall space. Not a lot, but
Nice.
But
some wall
I
space.
did receive the director's cut of Wrath of Khan from Scuba Pete and his amazing wife. That was some time ago, and we had the esteemed pleasure of watching the director's cut, which was never available where I live. Because of Scuba Pete and Leslie, we were able to watch that on at last Easter, I believe, and this Christmas. So it has been folded into the family tradition, replaced by the original gangsta Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. So Scuba Pete and Leslie very generously sent me that amazing gift, and now they're doing it again.
Have you played it while listening to Doomcock's commentary track?
No, I haven't. He has a commentary track?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If you go into his Patreon, he has commentary tracks for, I think, around 30 episodes, and some of the movies as well. And his commentary track for Wrath of Khan, the director's cut, is very informative. It's fun. It's funny. Definitely worth, however much it costs to be one of his Patreon supporters. He really gives his Patreon supporters good value for, the money.
That's so cool. So do you normally listen to the commentary? Because I do, and then I take notes so that I'm able to sort of give everyone the inside scoop on Saturday Night Star Trek on Clobberin' Times. So I listen to all of the commentary as I watch the films from whomever has contributed. So, we have Nicholas Mayer, and then we have, a gaggle of producers who get together and so on and so forth, depending upon what film it is. So is this something you regularly do? Because I certainly do it. It's very nerdy. I can guarantee before he even opens his mouth that Mark for sure does it as well. Mark and I are the people who will make you head desk when you're in the museum, because Mark and I will read every single panel in the museum. So do
I've
you
been
do
kicked
this?
out before.
Yeah.
By my better half. Yep. It's like we've been in this museum. It's like
And that's not a
But they wrote
that's
that
not a
little
bad
panel.
thing. That's underappreciated.
Yeah,
those words are there for a reason, and you got to study and read them all. I have the same problem when I go to battlefields with my family. It's like I got to read it all.
I would recommend to everybody in the sound within the range of my voice, which is me. I just realized how stupid that sounded as I said it.
No, I think you're cute and adorable.
I would
Just
recommend
keep
to
going.
everybody that you spend $1 on Doomcock's Patreon and download all the Star Trek commentaries for the best episodes and the movies that he likes. For some reason, he's really into Star Trek V. I'm not sure why. But, the commentary track for the director's cut of Wrath of Khan, really worth, whatever you can contribute to get it.
Nifty,
I gotta check that out.
nifty,
Good
nifty.
idea.
A lot of fun. He's very knowledgeable. Not as much as Clobby.
Oh, yes, he is. Come on, I wouldn't say he probably knows more than me, man. Everyone does.
Like I said, it's fun, it's funny, it's knowledgeable. I thought I knew everything there was to know about Star Trek 2, and it blew me away. It's
Hail DC. DC is a
2 thumbs up from Carlos.
Yes. Hail
Hail to
DC.
Kello.
Yeah, we love DC.
We got Kello in the chat.
Hello, buddy. What's up?
Hey, Kello.
We do. Hail to Kal-El
Kal-El.
and Hungry Boy and Gap Stargate.
Cap Stargate. Shellback. What's up, dude?
And of course, we've got to
Turtle.
play this then.
Oh. Eric.
He tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him.
I thought we were doing the whole
He
quote.
tasks me.
Well, I don't want to play
He
too much.
tasks
I
me.
think I have.
And I shall have him.
Get in trouble.
The
Yeah,
only
that's
thing,
right.
the only thing that could have topped that was if he would have said reference fine Corinthian leather in that outfit.
Actually, it's rich Corinthian leather.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Rich
you.
Corinthian leather.
Yeah.
Boy.
And of course,
We're
there's no
old.
such thing as Corinthian anything.
Yeah.
He just thought it sounded good.
They
By the
thought
way,
it sounded cool.
Before we leave Wrath of Khan, start looking because June's coming up soon, and if you want to see it on the big screen,
Oh, that's right. I
think
just saw
Bannon
that.
picked it up. And Clobby, this might be
40.
worth a trip for you to come down to New Orleans. I talked to Mr.
3
Burnett
days.
about.
Fathom
about-
Events is going to put it in.
Yeah, I talked to
Yeah.
Mr. Burnett about 6 or 7 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I mentioned to him, about the 40th, and he said that they were definitely going to show the Wrath of Khan at Britannia, which they generally do.
Oh, yeah.
But I also talked to him about doing, how they do like the Saturday night things where they show the same movies. I convinced him, I think, to do a whole Star Trek in June for his retro thing in June. So if he does that, he's gonna do the first 5 movies. So
Nice.
that's what he said.
That'd be
Yep.
fun. All right.
Well, at least you avoid most of the really bad ones if you just do 1 through 5, except for 5.
Well, it makes sense. He's trying to get a lot of. By the way, in case people are wondering, Britannia Movie Theater was for the longest time the oldest single running one-screen theater in Louisiana, and they acquired about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, the old Canal Place movie theater, which is I guess you could call it a multiplex. I think it has 4 screens in it. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Man, I really miss drive-in theaters.
I was going to ask
I
that.
saw Men in
There are
Black
few
2
around, but
at a drive-in theater with my wife when I was married,
We still
and
have
it
them
was
in
a horrible
Indiana.
movie, but I really enjoyed the experience. And I remember my parents went to a drive-in movie, and I think I was like playing on top of the station wagon or something. I wasn't really interested in the movie.
you couldn't hear it that well either.
I'm a
with the
huge
speaker in the
Joe
window.
Bob Briggs fan, and I'm a huge exploitation movie fan. So, you know, those midnight triple features, man. There's nothing like it.
No, yeah, I remember this is my earliest memories of being at the drive-in with my parents. So, and then with the vid going around, they in my town they had a bunch of drive-in movies that they set up in different places.
Yep.
And let's just give a shout out to Courtney's here.
Hi,
So,
Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
she's
Courtney.
not feeling great tonight. So hope you're feeling better soon. So yeah, she had the invite, but yeah, she's not feeling great. So just get better and maybe another time next
Too
week.
bad.
We're a fellowship of oddballs, really, when you think about it. I mean, man, it's uncanny.
Yeah, so Courtney's got a great channel, and she's been streaming again. She had taken a break for a while, so they put her link up. So she's a big
cool.
fan of Clobbering Times and our fellowship here. So let me get her channel up. We always want to promote channels, and Cardinal, we'll put your channel up in a bit too. You've got something good going on tomorrow, which is
Thank
great
you.
to see. So, and
Appreciate that.
let me post
Yeah, Pat.
Courtney's.
And
So
Mark,
do y'all-
why don't you let me say this real quick, Dead Man, because I think
Yeah.
it'll open up the door for you after I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and drop, guys, because I have to get up tomorrow because we have a lot going on. It's my nephew's 20th, so it's a big one for him. That's the oldest we've ever had a grandkid get in this family. But I would be remiss before I left if I didn't say this. It was funny because you guys, Dead Man and Clobby, you're my witnesses. I was talking backstage about how, man, I got to get on chat Thursday night and tell Raquel so she could go check it out and everything. I hope Raquel's still here. She's on mute.
Yes, she's here. I think.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yep.
Her face is here.
But
I imagine the rest of her.
I was going to say, I see this box with her name underneath it. But tonight, if your ears were burning, Raquel, Vigilante Williamson, of all people, came on the Primetime Kings. The Primetime Kings is 24/7 Fusion Media's show that he does on Sunday nights.
Oh yeah.
And he had stopped in on the Saturday night show, Clobby. I don't know if you even saw him there because I know the Saturday shows get big sometimes. But he stopped in and he was saying how much he enjoyed it and everything and all. And he went and checked out some of Raquel's stuff, of her writings. And
Nice.
Baron Armentag and 24 backed them up and said, yeah, that's good stuff. And I think Baron either read one of her stories or bought or some of her stories and everything. And they were saying, like, oh, see, this is the kind of stuff we need to do because we need to stop waiting for Hollywood and DC
Create
content.
our own content.
They are really down. Yeah, they are
I've been
really
saying
down
that
on
for
DC
years.
and Marvel. And they're saying
Excellent.
that that's what we should support and stuff, and how your short stories would make a great, like, I think, what were we talking about, like, an episodic television show because they're short,
like a
stories, right?
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
yeah,
got a
right.
collection of short
Right.
stories.
Right.
They're hard science fiction, but they've already been published, so I don't know if I can get away with putting them on Amazon in a collection.
But Pat, that's very cool, man. I mean, that is so true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just
But I
want,
thought
you know what? I'm not familiar with any of those people, but I just want to say right now that it is incredibly kind of those folks, wonderful folks. The names are familiar, their faces aren't familiar, but incredibly kind. It is a great honor to have any of you, any geek or nerd out in this community reading my stuff. I consider it the highest honor, and what a wonderful thing to say about me, and what a pleasure, what an honor, and what a pleasure.
And Raquel, that's what I thought was so cool about it.
My entire life. So for them to take
Yeah.
it a step further and say that they would like to see something like Electric Dreams or something like that, Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams or something like that happen with my work, it makes my heart soar. So whomever was involved with that, all of those wonderful names that Pat just divulged, I just mwah, 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 I blow kisses to you, and thank you so much. And there are more stories coming, and you have done me a great honor, and I appreciate you very much.
I'm
You've
glad.
done a man's job, sir.
Thank you, sir. And I think it's so much cooler, Raquel, that it isn't people who are like your buddies and people who know you from the Star Trek show and stuff. That it's people who like honestly like just went out and found it and everything. I think that says a lot. I think it says a lot about the writing, and it says a lot about people wanting to get in tune with stuff that's out there that isn't in the mainstream, and I think that that's really cool too. But
yeah,
I am going to say goodnight at this point. Dad, man, thank you for ceding the floor to me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
You guys have a good evening, and I'll be kind of hanging out in the chat. So I'll see you all
Take care,
later.
buddy.
Take care,
Thank
Badass.
you.
You're good. You're good. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
And those folks, please let them know that what I said.
We will.
Pat, he's left.
Well, you saw how-
at Scoop, but yeah,
We will. You saw Vigilante popped in last night. He was the one who was.
he did.
Yep. So
So it's very nice. Everyone's supporting everyone. in this
Wait a minute.
community, which is
Didn't
great.
Valiant have
the Vigilante.
Oh, right.
Vigilante Williamson. yeah.
Vigilante Williamson. Yeah.
We do that too. Sometimes I think of Valiant. when
Me
think
too.
of
I was
Vigilante.
thinking, didn't he
We all
say
do
that
that.
he was going to
Pat
have
Eskin
Cameron Pasha on his channel last
Who?
night?
Valiant?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he could. Yeah, he does. He has
I
before.
think it was.
Valiant has. I don't know about Vig.
It must have been Friday because he announced it on Doomcock's show.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
know. I know
Pat, you
Valiant
had to
has-
scoot, sweetheart, but I just wanted to say, please relay, my sincere gratitude to the names that you mentioned tonight. And, it's my sincere hope that I'll be able to maybe stream with those folks or meet with those folks, and just absolutely marvelous. And thank you for your kind words, Pat. Extraordinary gentleman, and thank you for being so gracious and telling me about that. Really, really, really cool.
Very cool.
It's great to have everyone
and
supporting
good buddy
each
of
other, yeah.
mine.
Good buddy. Absolutely.
And Raquel, while you're on now, we're going to do this on the clubhouse, so we could do it again too, because I don't mind. But want to show everyone again. I showed it earlier, but 2 times the charm, right? But these awesome butter tarts, which are only 500 calories each, which the missus actually checked.
I've never even heard of
It's
them.
a-
What are they, like cookies?
No, they're
them.
a Canadian thing.
One full stick of butter in each tart.
Yeah.
Pretty
so,
much.
There's only a few left. They were going, so
Cardinal
this
sin,
grandma-
I
hungry.
wanted to send him a full case, but
Yeah.
these are the ones that I can get over the border, and border security doesn't mind that I've sent these.
You can
Because
smuggle
there
the
are-
contraband right over the
Well,
border.
no, there are seed and nut and import rules when it comes to food. So there's no way that I could send fresh butter tarts to him. They would need to have an extended shelf life, and they needed to be ones that I knew I could get over the border. So we went to 3 different stores, and then finally I went to this last store, and I asked the gentleman to go in the back and get them. And he brought out this box, and he said, I only have 5 left. And I said, I'll take 5. Give me the box.
I'll buy
So
it by
I
the
cut
case.
the
Do I
box
get a
down.
discount?
So it would fit into the larger box.
Yep.
And I sent them to him. And so these are a Canadian tradition. In Canada, there is a joke that if you would like to mix sex and gold, you've eaten a butter tart. A Canadian butter tart. So I sent
As
that
long
to
as
him.
you leave 3 butter tarts on top for the customs officials, they'll let you get away with the rest of them.
Yeah.
An offering.
I
if
haven't
you will.
tested that theory with the missus yet, but she did seem to enjoy it. I'm not commenting on what.
That's gonna fall off.
Of course, Raquel sent me.
Now you'll confuse the customs officials because they'll think that there's some kind of a tribble in there.
There were tribbles in there.
the word I'm
There
gonna
were
show those
actually
next
tribbles.
You're
year.
going to confuse
Yeah.
the customs officials because they're going to think there's some kind of a tribble in there.
And of course, I see this box on my front porch to Chief Engineer Mark B. Yep. And
Yeah.
from Arm, and I'm like with the correct font, of course, and with the, the
Nice
logo.
job with the post-it concealing the address. Good
Yeah.
job.
So I didn't want to. Yeah. So where is? And then
You have no idea how much- Raquel, you don't have no idea how much I want to send you a king cake.
Oh my God, I know
They're
all
so
about
good.
your
A
king
king
cakes. I
cake?
would love to have your
Yes.
king cake.
This is king cake season. They're all over the stores right now.
I
What's a
know.
king cake?
Oh, Gil, you're in the States. Maybe I should send you one. They're not cheap to
Pastry
send.
goodness.
It is a New Orleans Mardi Gras type tradition. Pat can tell you a lot about it as well. It's difficult. I have to show you. They are incredible.
And it has
So here are the
tiny
tribbles. I won't
baby
eat these.
Jesus in it.
It looks like you got marbles in that.
The tribbles
no,
from my Playmates Playmobil Enterprise. Yep.
Yeah, so
William
I said for
Shakespeare
your
and his
trouble with
marbles.
tribbles, get those Gorn eggs off my bridge.
That's right.
And of course, I sent it on a Shakespearean post-it
Well, you might
note.
end up with a face hugger.
Yeah, that's
So
for this,
show
like
them
the
the Gorn
Shakespeare
eggs,
postie.
Mark.
Wow.
yeah, I'll
Love
show the Gorn. Yeah, so that's
Oh,
the new
your
Enterprise.
Playmobil.
Yeah.
You lucky
Oh.
bastard.
It's beautiful.
The thing.
I
parking
keep
only.
telling
Oh,
them to
great.
tell the missus to put it on their table. Just invert the top of the saucer part and use it as a nut dish or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got
Put
it
it
backwards.
peanut
You have to have
M&Ms.
it facing the other direction.
Popcorn
Pass the
ball.
cashews.
There you
Make
go.
it-
Exactly.
Make it so.
Yeah, here,
Make
I'll get
it
some
so.
of the figures out of the show with me.
Yeah, so
Very
he
nice.
was sent Gorn eggs that were not to scale for his model. And of course, I make tribble ornaments for Christmas ornaments in
Nice.
clear globes. So I had some extra tribbles, and I saw the size of the bridge crew in this sort of Lego Playmobil cast. So I was like, I have something to scale. Get those Gorn eggs off my bridge. And so I sent him some tribbles that are to scale to the wonderful little bridge crew for his Playmobil set, which is inordinately expensive, by the by. That thing is unbelievably expensive in Canada.
I bet.
Yeah. It's over 600 Scuba.
Yeah, it's 500 here in the States. So yeah. I don't doubt.
Yeah. It's insanely expensive.
But worth every penny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
you can do the sounds
I'm
with
like
your
Dad
phone.
Man though. I'm like Dad Man. I would definitely put that in the middle of the coffee table, and M&Ms or definitely like popcorn is going in there. Can you see Scuba Pete nodding his head? Because
Yeah.
Scuba Pete's like, okay, well, all right. So here's how we can get away with Raquel's blasphemy. We'll buy 2 of them. I'll strap one to the ceiling and allow it to be pristine, and we'll let her have her popcorn bowl. Do you see him placating me in his mind right now?
But Raquel, the problem I have is that every time I've mentioned that strategy to Mark, he keeps asking me if I have a room for him to stay in once his wife goes. I'm like, the best I can offer you is a place to put your tent in the backyard.
Yeah,
A sleeping bag in the doghouse.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
but I still like the popcorn bowl M&M dish, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
practical. It's practical and a talking piece.
Although I'm rather upset with M&Ms right now. Did they really have to go there? I mean, let's not open up that can of worms. But I'm just saying, did you really have to go there, peeps? Really?
No, they
There
didn't.
you go. That
Well,
one's going the right
I'm
direction.
not misgendering the ones I'm eating now. So there we go.
Well, that's good.
Equal
And what's-
opportunity.
how high are the high heels on the M&Ms?
That's the mirror
wearing right
universe
This,
direction.
these are probably they hadn't gotten to making those yet.
You remember in the mirror in mirror
I think they're flats like tennis
it
shoes.
switched direction like 2 or 3 times and ended up going the wrong way.
Yeah, I love it. That's so beautiful.
Look at it.
Kal-El, dude, I don't know what I think about that yet. I think it's just rumor right now. I don't believe it one bit. And if it happens, it won't change anything because I don't have a lot of faith in RTD. Just answer his question he was throwing at me.
Yeah, for sure.
David Tennant coming back, I just don't see it.
He's coming back for 3 specials under RTD, and then he'll regenerate into the 15th Doctor. He's not
don't
playing
believe
the 10th Doctor. He's going to be playing a completely different Doctor
Did I get the right
because he's
size?
older.
I don't believe it.
But let me.
I don't
But
believe it.
as a doctor who like kind of very casual doesn't know much about it, let me tee you up for this one. But I guess even if he comes back, even if you made him the previous Doctor he was, isn't it all moot considering what they did with the Timeless Child episode?
Exactly.
And
Unless
I
they
think
erase
they're
gotta
going
erase
for
it.
the revision to make that non-canonical.
well, we've
wish.
had that debate in the Star Wars universe, but the mouse is not going to throw away 3 movies that they built. I mean, it's just seems unlikely.
They are.
No, they not. They haven't, and they seem like they're still not going to. But like with Doctor Who, well, they do
get rid of the sequel trilogy. And Mark Hamill said when he was asked, "Would you do another movie if it decanonized the sequel trilogy?" And he said, "I would do one if I were still young enough to be able to, do it." And of course, now that they own his likeness, they can, deep fake a young Luke as much as they want.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not from Missouri, but I am from Missouri in terms of show me, and until I see actual proof of it, and tangible actions, their word is all talk. Because I mean, they've invested a lot of time, money, and everything into creating what they've done. I just don't see them throwing it away.
No. But back to Mark, because I'm sorry I derailed it to that, because we don't want to go.
No, that's all good.
Great.
We don't want to go down that rabbit
I've got
hole.
one of those. I've got one of those Vulcan hands too.
But thank you,
That's
Raquel,
really
for
neat.
sending me those tribbles. They're much better than the other.
That's awesome.
No, more corn eggs.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Plastic.
Those are corn eggs. Now he has
Get that
actual
gone egg
tribbles.
off of my ship.
So since we have another awesome toy collector here, I was going to show. Well, I got the camera on, but I was going to show one of my favorite.
Scuba Pete
Tribbles
is a
and
genius.
gone eggs just don't mix.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that
Won't hurt
tribbles
anything.
and gone eggs just don't mix.
Right? Green eggs and ham and corn eggs, right?
I don't know about
Corn eggs
genius,
and
Raquel.
ham.
I think I just have a problem.
Yeah.
No, you're one of those geniuses. You're definitely a genius. So is Club. Club is a genius with the comics, and you're a genius with, all things in when it comes to this type of memorabilia. And I don't even know what to call it, because the scope of the things you collect, it can't simply be summed up as toys. It is much more what you do.
I think you call it nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
So
Well,
can anyone?
maybe, but
I think Scuba I might be able to. I don't want to put him on the spot, but can anyone name this line of toys?
No one can.
That's the main character right there. No one, and
I see a disturbing Mickey with 3 ears.
and then you've got, of course, a radiation truck, which is a perfect gift for kids. So, see if anyone in the chat can get it. Going once, going twice.
Wait. I might have it. Silent Running.
Silent Running. Nope. No Bruce Stern in this one. Yep. All right. So this is from the '60s. So I'm dating myself back to that great year of 1968, year before we landed on the moon. So this is Billy Blastoff and Friends. So
That's cool.
I had these toys when I was a little kid, and I remember I have a memory, like my memory sucks for certain things and names, but other things I can remember, like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the earliest toy that I remember playing with, and I still have my original set. I had lost the figures, but I still have the radiation truck and a bunch of other pieces. I'm like, I remember playing with this robot. It's Robbie Robot. It's not Robbie the Robot, so we just got to get that right for the trademark. So it's Robbie Robot there, and so I was able to purchase this set on eBay.
That mouse back there with 3 ears is very disturbing to me.
Well, he landed
It's a
on the moon
mutant
too.
mouse.
I've never run into those, in the wild in all my searches. That's cool.
So thank you. Yeah. So this was one of my, prize, things in my collection because, it's a toy I had as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's missing the antenna array. I'll show original pictures. So he's missing that original antenna array that, fell off, but you can have a 3D printer. So I got to 3D print that.
Did you have any of the Matt Mason?
No,
space
didn't have
stuff?
Matt. No.
I keep running into it. Just, I don't know. It's like it comes in waves. And right now I just keep seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, what the heck? And I think it was late 60s that
Yeah,
Matt Mason came out.
Major Matt Mason. Yeah, those were great.
Yep. So I think
There's a lot of cool toys
with
like
the
that.
with the space, with the space race and
Yeah.
everything happening, just some amazing toys. So, of course, as a kid, I'm going away from the mic, sorry, but I mean, you had a radiation
truck. Radiation
freaking radiation truck. And so the way the toy works, you put Billy in the back, or you put Robbie Robot, not Robbie the Robot.
And then you flee because there's radiation in it.
Yeah. And he turns a gear, so he turns that gear, and that drives the wheels with the battery pack, and then the truck goes. So he drives that one.
You got to be careful with the wheels on the radiation truck.
Yeah.
The wheels on the radiation truck go round and
That's Scuba Pete.
Yeah.
Is that Scuba?
Yeah,
It had to have been Scuba.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, this has not been dusted in a while, but
Don't show Raquel. You better pre-dust it.
Oh my God, I got to pre-dust
air.
this. Where's my canned air? Oh my God, this is one of my favorite toys.
I had a makeup brush out earlier.
So this guy here, I still have this, the original, and it's got a TV screen there, and you plug that into the battery pack, and the TV screen lights up.
You got to get some Q-tips into those little seats and get them wiped out, though.
Yeah, I got to get them wiped out. I do have the brush. I always had the brush at the ready when
I have to send you a makeup set, but instead of using it for makeup, I'll call it the Nook and Cranny set, and you can just use it to clean all your stuff. Like I'll get you like a proper like high-end makeup kit, but we'll call it the Nook and Cranny collectible kit.
You can just
see the rocket ship on the screen. Is that rocket ship XL5 by any chance?
I'll show it. Yep. I can't remember the name of that one, and of course, look at this. You push the buttons. Green is go, red is stop, and yellow is neutral.
Push.
I thought it
the
meant
button.
What do you think?
Push the button. I mean, look at how high tech that was. So it puts the
Is
wheels.
that a USB-C?
Yeah, it's USB-C. Yeah. I mean, this toy is in great shape for how old it is.
Yeah.
So that's from the 60s.
Oh, for God's sake, quit manipulating it and put it away.
Yeah, I usually don't play with this
In case
one.
it in acrylic, can never touch it.
God forbid something should fall off of it.
Well, I have it on the display shelf, so it's on display.
Oh, nice.
And then we've got the rocket ship here.
Yeah, that rocket's badass.
So you've got, of course, let me pull the mic out here a little bit. So
Is that the LEM?
Well, I'll show the original picture so you'll see how the set works. So let me.
I think you should know, everyone. I'm having major deja vu at this moment. Like I feel like I've been here before.
Wow.
Jade.
So you got deja vu all over again.
Deja vu times 2.
So this also has a driver in it too, so you can put the robot in or Billy in there. And it's got.
You put the robot in the radiation truck and call me in the morning.
Yeah. So that's cool, yeah. And then this opens up. Obviously, let's be careful.
Did you say you 3D printed these?
No, but I need to 3D print the antenna array.
The antenna.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
that
3D
disappeared.
prints like repairs. And then obviously from the 3D printing programs, which he augments to create things like, Mark, do you have the Doomsday Machine available? And could you please show the stands?
The one that looks like a giant spleef?
Sure, yep, I will go grab those in a second. Yep.
I just want to show the, because he asked, let's show him the sort
we'll
of...
show that, yep.
Yeah.
So what you do, you can put Billy in here.
Billy. It's always about Billy.
Billy. It's always about
Ground
Billy.
control to Major Billy.
So here's Billy, and he's in damn good shape for being almost a senior citizen.
The visor's not clouded.
Take your protein pills and stop being so silly.
So he's got the battery pack. Of course, I don't think I've ever even bothered to put batteries in this. I don't want to mess anything up.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's just gonna corrode.
Yeah.
I got in
So-
trouble from a geek I know. His name is Mark D with a C. When he found out that I leave my batteries in all of my Star Trek props.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
You were lambasted.
I got in huge trouble, almost as big a trouble as Mark gets in when I see that his stuff is dirty.
So this is see the driver on here, and then
Yes.
the feet. You can see the mechanism how
Yeah.
he walks. You know, as an engineering geek, I love that. And that's the switch
that's very
on
cool.
off here, and
Cute.
there's that's where
That's
the
where
light
you plug in the
plug.
little thing.
the light goes in there. Yep, for power for the light. And so here, so I'll put Billy into the.
I'm having Jerry Anderson flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Very much.
So here, Billy's gonna drive the spaceship. Or some maybe one time I'll put batteries in. We'll see. But
Good luck, Billy.
Come
home safe.
Ground control.
Come home safe. Don't
So-
forget
He's
to
like
write.
Spock.
Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero.
Look
Don't
at
be a
this.
fool with your
Look at
life.
the scale. Look at the size of Billy, and look at the size of Billy's ship.
Yeah, he's like, we can't get these damn doors shut.
It's
Like
so
when
he can
Spock
make it
comes
to the
aboard
drive-in,
in
Raquel.
TNT.
It's so he can make it to the drive-in.
From this angle, the robot almost looks like Rosie the robot.
A little bit, yeah.
Right? Does look like Rosie. Yep. Let me give you
Good
a
call.
close-up of this one. Yep. There goes the radiation canister. Uh-oh.
Oh, dear God.
Oh,
we
what
have
have you
radiation
done?
spill.
Oh my
You
god.
should have left it in the
Everybody
radiation
get your
truck.
suits on.
Red alert. Red alert. Red alert.
Red.
Are you
Come on,
sure,
focus.
sir? It does mean changing the bulb.
Oh, great episode from this Legion. Episode 1 of season 6, Red Dwarf. Love it. Great.
Wow. I am not worthy. I am bowing.
I love that episode. It's all.
Are you absolutely sure, sir? It does mean changing the bulb.
It's probably the funniest joke in all of Red Dwarf.
Oh man, that's a big contest there. But we
I
should
know.
talk Red Dwarf one of these days. Yeah, I love that show.
I
Remember
love
later
Red
when they
Dwarf.
reference it? Remember later when they reference it and he was trying to sell Legion and how great they are? He says, "Remember us with all of our," and then and listener goes, "Our red alert bulb."
So
Mark
these
did
guys are basically the same mechanism. You know, Robbie and
Does the robot, do his eyes light up?
I can't remember on this one. I
Only
think they
when
do.
it's possessed.
I think they do, Scuba. I think they do.
I have all of Red Dwarf on DVD, and I can't wait until they remaster it onto Blu-ray or 4K.
I hope they do that. I mean, I'm fine with the DVDs, but yeah, that would be great. I mean, I love it. And it's still good. It's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone,
More or less.
Well, what strikes me looking at them is just the plastic that's involved. You know, they really look they look different than anything to be produced today.
Yeah.
It's just a
That's
sign
a
of its
lot
time.
of petroleum.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to be much better made than the stuff that comes out plastic nowadays because everything's so brittle.
yeah,
I mean, now the new stuff just falls apart.
Yep, that's a very good point.
Yeah. So here's Billy. I'll try to find the set to show.
How long are we going to look at Billy Blastoff?
Forever. That's the best toy ever. So yeah, here's the set here. Just want to show the box. I do have one of the boxes in the basement, but
I actually used to have a couple of coffee cups that were original Batman from the 60s coffee cups.
Nice.
They were really cool. And I have no idea what happened to them.
yeah, that's what happens. Yep, they disappear. So here's
Dishwasher.
there's the antenna array. So
Mhm.
Billy Blastoff and it's Robbie Robot. Got to get it right.
Robert, the robot.
Robert.
Rosie's
Robert,
brother.
yeah. But
Rosie's
yeah,
cousin.
so Mom probably got me this set for $10. Yeah, America's first boy in space. You know.
And that's the
Back-
first toy that like you cognitively remember.
Yep, that's the first
That's
toy I
cool.
can remember. Yep.
I hope the first boy in space didn't suffer the same fate as the first dog in space.
No, we hope not. Nope.
Poor
But,
Leica.
yeah, that's what's so special about these to me. And then years later, I'm like, what the heck is
Doggone.
this toy? I'm like, I had no idea what the hell it was. I still had some of them, but I'm looking at the radiation truck. There's no names on them. I'm like searching. I'm looking for Robbie the robot, and I'm like searching old toys. And finally, one day, thanks to the interwebs, I found it. It was like, Eureka! It's Billy Blatt. I thought it was always Robbie. See, it's Robbie Robot there. Robbie Robot Space Set.
Yeah.
So
giving him that name made it tough to find him, probably.
yeah, so I was like going crazy. So here's a YouTube video. Let's see if he lights up here.
Should have been him, Ronnie the robot.
Oh, that's slick.
Yeah, he does light up too. Yeah.
He does.
There we go. Awesome. How cool is that?
Nice.
Take me to your later.
That might not be such a good idea.
I like that it lights up like a headlight though, and not like eyeballs. I think I think that's really cool. Looks like a headlight, like an old school headlight, like on a Granada or Grenada, however you want to pronounce it, whatever part of the world you're in. Don't send me letters, but you know the Ford Granada. You know what I mean? That's the kind of light it looks like. I think it's really cool.
We used to say Granada. We said Granada when we talked about the Ford.
What's the
Good.
Grenada when we talked about the country, though.
That's right.
Yep. So let's see what the history of Billy Blastoff is. So he was late Eldon Toys, late 60s, early 70s. Tomy from Japan. So
Tomy made it.
Tomy, yeah.
I guess, yeah. Tomy
Cool.
made it, yeah. Yeah, so the pack, the gear pack. And there were two different versions of Robbie Robot. And they changed Robbie. They changed I have the newer one. This one that they have, it's a red backpack, and mine, they gave it a look like the Apollo spacesuit, so they changed it to the this backpack, the white backpack. But it's just part of everyone's like, oh, how much?
I like that Billy has like a dad bod. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at that illustrious dad bod there.
He enjoys a buffet.
I don't think illustrious is the right word. I had a glass of champagne. However, I cannot help but notice that Billy Blastoff has a dad belly, and I think it's hysterical.
And little tiny cute feet with boots.
Yeah, right?
Who thought of the proportions here?
Yeah, right.
But see, and that's a great point with that. It's just anybody versus you look at a lot of the new characters that they come out with. They're like WWE, like weightlifter people, like muscles out the everywhere, like steroid aplenty. I mean, they don't look natural. This looks just like an average Joe, in a spacesuit.
Yep. Average Joe in space. Yep. But it's
this
just
is the Buzz Lightyear before Buzz Lightyear. Then.
Oh yeah, I guess right. That's a good way
Billy
to think
likes
of it.
bread. And Billy possibly likes butter tarts.
Saucer. Butter tarts. He's fueled by butter tarts.
Buzz like
Yeah, that saucer's cool. I don't have that saucer now. Of course, they don't cost $5.99 anymore. So
no, that'd be $599.
Yeah, the prices on these. Yeah, so here's the walkie-talkie cameras and radio scope. Yeah, Plaid Stallions. Oh, that's a great website. Plaid
Stallions. He's great.
He's awesome. I wonder if he's got a commercial on. Sometimes he finds these old commercials. But,
so Mark, are you saying you can't take that ad and tell them it's $5.99?
Yeah. Try that on eBay. Yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
I try on those mail away offers to Kenner. I want my free figure.
I want my free figure. Yeah.
I say something like that, and Mrs. Dadman looks at me and she says, "You're an idiot."
You're an idiot. Yeah.
It's not $5.99.
Nice setup there, yeah. And I think this was that's a display for sale, which is pretty cool. So, toy guys would go and here's what you can get in the store. So, and then back in the '60s, it was all astronauts and Tang, and space was huge. So, here, look what we got here. We've got a Scuba Scout.
Scuba Scout.
Billy Blastoff Scuba Scout.
Nice.
What?
There you go. You got to get one of those.
Okay,
just blur out the Scout and add Pete.
Okay, do they have this in a poster size? How can we get this for Scuba Pete? Please look.
Billy Scuba Scout.
Can we get this?
I love it.
Or at
Those
least
feet are
little
adorable.
scuba.
I love those boots. I've got to get a pair
That
of those
looks like
yellow
me
boots.
every Tuesday.
That is you every Tuesday.
Yeah, just
Okay.
slap a mask on.
How
Got a
much?
little bit of hair sticking down.
Can we find out how much? Mark, we need to
The
do a
boots
deep
come
dive.
up to the knees.
Yeah. Oh, it's in Canada.
Scuba.
Billy does scuba in Canada as well. Wow, that was
Scuba
Canada.
Scout. Look it, we can get
Oh, I love
Scuba
it.
Pete an amphibious
look at
In
that.
car.
French. Billy with action, action everywhere.
That is
Scuba
cool.
needs this.
It comes with 8 pieces.
You
He
enabler.
could hang this in front of his back TV where he has the aquarium setting, and we could,
Oh,
you know,
cool.
he's Scuba Pete.
It comes with 8 pieces, but by the time your children are done with it and they've choked, there'll only be 2.
Golly.
How much is this, Mark? Tell me, please.
Well, this is just an ad.
Yeah, I know,
for,
but
like-
how much is it now? I
How
wanna
much
know.
for the ad?
We're gonna go on eBay and we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
Can
we're
we
gonna
please
research
go
this.
find it? Because Scuba Pete needs this.
Yeah,
I do need it in my
Look,
life.
yeah.
What does
This is
Billy
awesome.
power them all with?
Who cares? I just want to buy it
Battery.
for Scuba Pete. Somebody find this for me.
Billy Blastoff.
Yep, and go to eBay or Amazon. I don't care. Let's go
It'd have to
find
be
them.
eBay. Yep.
We need a little Scuba Pete for Scuba Pete. That thing is hysterical.
Scuba Scout.
Yeah,
Never know
that's
what you
awesome.
find on Sunday Night Geekery. Here we go.
Mark, this is really cool that you found this. Oh, look at little
Sorry,
Scuba,
Scuba Pete.
doing his job. He's at work.
What's the price?
Oh, it's so expensive.
How much is it? I can't see it. It's
$100.
too small.
$100. $100.
Oh, $100? That's not.
That's not
And,
bad.
Yeah,
and
that's-
now
that's not bad
you've just
for
started a
something like
bidding
that.
war because we're
Go.
all on eBay right now bidding on this.
Go,
Look at his,
babe,
like,
go.
he's got the camera
Mark,
that lights up.
show me all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's $100 right now. 3 bids. 3 days left. Let me put this in the chat.
God.
So here we go. It's cute. Yeah, it's in great shape too. Wow. Does it have the box?
I'm unemployed right now. I'm just an unemployed post-secondary instructor. If I were employed, I would buy that for Scuba Pete right now. I could throw in $20.
Raquel,
What?
do you have a Patreon?
No.
You should start a Patreon so we can all
Why?
kick in to get you one.
Oh my goodness. No. I just want to get this for Scuba Pete. I got $20. Does anybody want to go in on this again? Scuba Pete.
You do realize by the time the auction is over, it'll be 1,000.
You think it'll be Are you serious?
No. Well, 6 people at $20. That's $120. That's higher than the 103.
Mark, I've liked it, and now I'm gonna watch it. You know, as we
Dad
get,
man.
we got
Yeah.
I love you,
almost
Dad
4
man.
days left.
Dad man
thank you.
Clan rocks the Casbah. I just love you so much. Thank you so
Well,
much.
we love you too. Thank you. And, I'm looking forward to getting that book too. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. That's in great.
Raquel,
great
nice
shape, yeah.
Clash reference, by the way.
yeah.
Rock the Casbah.
Well, you know
Just
I do what I
amazing.
can.
Well, see, the thing is if we got 120 at 6 at 20, hold off on the bids until like the last
That's
10
right.
seconds.
Yeah, so you
10
do.
seconds.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah,
got-
that's
I'm-
the way it always
I
works.
have
Snipe.
$20 American, and I can contribute, which is probably around $30 or $40, but I don't care. I got $20 American if anybody wants to throw in with me and get
Yeah.
this for Scuba Pete. This is
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever, and I wanted
That
us
is
all
cool.
to get it for him. This would be so cool.
Let's
This is
come
him
back
with
in
his
3
job.
days.
This is how I imagine.
Let's come back in
Scuba
3 days
Holy-
and see how much
Wow.
it is.
Well,
Look at
Mark
this.
has his marching orders, and then we can settle up later. And Mark has to bid it.
$750.
Oh, I love you, Dad.
Space,
Wow.
base. The base
Space,
of space.
space.
But you know what? That Scuba Scout just screams Scuba Pete. You know,
It does.
I'm like you. Yeah, Raquel.
Yeah, it looks like him
Right.
at work. That's how I imagine Scuba
And then
Pete
can
at
have
work.
Mark.
Oh, wow.
And
Somebody
you can
went
have
to the
Mark go with
trouble
the
of-
display
of-
and make it Scuba Pete instead of Scuba Scout.
Hey, Mark,
Right?
make me
Dad
big.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
Scuba bag. Yep. Hold on. Yep.
Make me
Somebody
big.
went to the trouble of
There we
really
go.
putting a nice background on there, like it's on the moon or something. They put like little gritty gravel and stuff, but on the bottom.
See the tank
Oh.
behind you? Look at the tank behind Scuba
That's
Pete.
awesome. Yeah.
Imagine
That's a real
if we
tank?
had Oh, like the little baby Scuba Pete.
Oh, gosh.
It would be perfect.
Well, you know
it's
what?
a TV set to the Fish Channel.
But we need to move the TV, get him a real aquarium, and then we'll put the Scuba Pete's in the real aquarium with real fish.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
God! What is this? What is this?
This is
tell us about
Fisher
that.
Price Adventure People. So
Yeah.
you were talking about the first toy you remember. This is the first toy I remember playing with. This was big.
Awesome.
Tub time. So this was Fisher Price Adventure People. There's a little
Oh
diver
my
in
God,
it.
we are such geeks.
That's awesome. I love that.
Man.
That's such a great toy.
You know, normally this stuff doesn't interest me, but the minute that you start getting into this Nautilus kind of under the sea type thing, that tunes into my
And-
childhood and Jules Verne. So that's when I start getting super
Speaking of
interested.
Jules
And
Yes.
release the Kraken.
Nice.
That's
Or is
my
it Unleash
original.
the Kraken? I always forget.
This is mine from being a kid.
Wow.
Original.
The Marine is not, but this is my original octopus.
The octopus survived. Yep.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
the garden
most
in the
rubbery,
shade.
You think it would have fell apart?
That would fall apart. You would think that would be totally
Yeah.
disintegrated.
I mean, it's-
Exactly. Exactly.
It's made of superior plastic.
It is.
It is.
Does he stick to does he have a suction cup he can stick to the side of things
No,
or
no
on the
suction
bottom?
cups.
You just put it on the fridge. There you go. You got yourself a very tiny face hugger.
I love Scuba
That was
Pete.
awesome.
Look at his office. The only
he's
one,
got some
the only
cool stuff
person
there,
who
yeah.
we know who has a cooler office than Mark is Scuba Pete. Scuba
I
Pete
think
has
he's
the
got it.
coolest
That's even
office.
cooler. That's even cooler, I
Congrats.
think. Yeah.
I'm
Scuba
noticing
Pete.
the Star Wars vehicles up high too. So
Yes.
Yeah, you have a
That's
fire. You have a fire spray gunship.
Oh my
Nope,
God.
Nope.
I want.
Nope.
I want
A
another
Millennium
slave one
Falcon.
today.
Oh my God. A TIE
You
fighter.
did? Yeah. What'd you
Slit-
get?
Holy cannoli.
What did
Wowie.
you call
Wow.
that? What did you
Wow.
call that ship?
No, you guys don't even understand. You guys don't even understand. This what you're seeing in this office is the tip of the iceberg, and this iceberg is huge. Like it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
southern continent.
Yeah.
It's over there. It's over there.
Yeah, it's everywhere, and he keeps everything in pristine condition, mostly in glass cabinets. Just really gorgeous collections that he organizes wonderfully. They're everywhere throughout his whole house, and they are organized absolutely beautifully. He spares
And
no
that's why
expense.
he's not married.
He is
not
so.
true.
His wife is gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I love Leslie. She's beautiful. He has a hot blonde wife with blue eyes.
Married
Yeah,
up.
I'm posting the.
And she puts up with his
tour.
toys. So
She
she's
helps.
a saint.
She's a very good enabler.
I'm just stuck with all the Star Wars stuff he's got. So that's
I know, right?
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got. Oops, sorry.
You got an X-wing coming out of the vent there. It reminds me
Yeah.
actually of when I was the manager at a record store here in town called Alley Cat Records, and I had a Romulan bird of prey model from TNG, and I hooked it
wow.
up to the door so that when you came in, it would lower the bird of prey
Oh,
right onto
nice.
the top of your head.
Yeah.
And then when the
Cool.
door went back, it would raise back up.
So I put this in the chat, so everyone should go watch this video and see all these cool things. Oh, look at that! That ship is
That's
so
a
cool. It's-
custom
Oh,
sub I built.
that's Scuba's
Wow, that's
collection.
awesome.
What is that pink question mark looking thing?
Oh, that is the top of a Cobra head pip daddy cane that I used to make a Cobra sub for G.I. Joe. Yep.
That's
I
awesome.
painted it all up.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Great
bright
work,
gold. Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
that's
US
the
Wow.
ultimate,
flag.
the ultimate flag. Yeah,
You've
7.5
got the
feet
biggest
long.
plane in the world. You can only
Yeah,
fit
like-
one of them on an aircraft carrier.
yeah. What parent was actually convinced to buy that? And I'm assuming was that yours as a kid, or that's when you found yours later?
No, I bought that from a very good friend of mine now. We didn't know each other at first, but over the flag we became
Awesome.
best pals.
Michael
And then
still
I
has
built-
his. Does Michael still
Michael
have
has
his?
his?
Yeah, Michael does too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And then, like
And-
Michael did, I built a custom base that it's sitting on. So the original USS flag is only about 4 inches off the ground.
Oh,
But then I
okay.
built that huge monstrosity underneath, like hangars and
That's
bunks
awesome.
and
Nice.
mechanical. Yeah.
Oh my!
That's so
yes.
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I think
I
Stone
love
Loki
model
had
building.
that as
Model
a kid
building
too, right?
is so fun. I love model building. Model building is just. I loved model building when I was a kid. I haven't done
It's
it
the
since I
cat's
was a kid.
pajamas.
Yeah, and Stone Loki threw his into the pool. I think if I'm remembering correctly, to see if it would float, and it didn't. I guess it didn't survive. There's a lot of cardboard in it, Scuba Pete. Is that correct? Or in some spots?
There's not a lot of cardboard. I mean, it's all plastic, but yeah, there's no like buoyancy.
Would it sink into the drink?
Yes, but there is a channel, G.I. Joe Berg, where they took foam and cut like a whole base for it and floated it in a tide pool in South Africa.
Nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
Okay, that's taking the Sunday Night Geekery just a little too far.
Oh,
it's glorious.
It's glorious. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, that toy is just over the top. Like I'd love to be in the room with those toy designers.
My
like,
goodness.
Wow.
Let's make an 8-foot long ship, and what did it cost back in the day? How much was it? It was
back then it was
$100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have a Khan action figure?
Con? No, I don't have a con.
Or any Star Trek action figure?
I have a couple Star Trek, but yeah, I don't have a con.
That's Mark's department.
Yeah,
There
I
you
got
go.
con covered. Yep.
Yeah, that's the Action Force, which is a British.
Magazine, yep.
Joe.
British G.I. Joe. That's what they call it over there, right?
Yep.
Those are awesome.
Or-
too,
British
yeah.
And they
G.I.
eventually
Joe is what
moved-
they called him?
They eventually moved, like, absorbed G.I. Joe into Action Force, but that is the 5 POA kind of Kenner style.
Yep. The Marvel comic.
Old school goodness.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I like
it's
the.
and with
I
the
got like some
comics.
Joe comics behind my stuff.
Okay, see, I didn't overpromise. Do you guys see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's a serious collection. It's
Yes.
organized and curated meticulously, and and it makes me long for the days of modeling. I totally miss modeling. I miss every single thing about it. Just the
Raquel,
quiet time.
did
of
you ever
building
see
something.
the models?
Oh, we have a yucky. We have a yucky.
Oh,
Get
Eric
it, get
K
it,
is there.
zap
He'll
it,
get
zap it.
Even the
Oh,
Russian
Eric
bots.
K's here still. Okay, good. Thank
He'll
you,
get it.
Eric.
Just
Raquel,
don't-
did
just
you
don't
ever see
click
the
on it, yeah.
models where like they were like pirate models? They were like skeleton pirates, and you turn the switch and like the arm with the scimitar would fall off, or one would come up out of a grave, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't grow up liking any of that stuff. I actually did lots of World War I and World War II planes. I really enjoyed doing
cool.
World War II and World War I planes, and also muscle cars. So I loved picking up the models, the absolute complete models. So I don't know much about the glues. I don't know much about the paints. I don't know much about anything because I used to I was a kid, so I would buy the entire kit. And Mark and Clobby and perhaps some of the other folks on the panel would know what I'm talking about. And I grew up in the 1970s, and that's the way you bought them back then. You could go to the drugstore or wherever, and you had a full kit. You just looked at the box, and if that's what you liked, and it was like a Mustang, or if it was like an Impala, or if it was like a World War II plane, that's what you picked, and you took it off the shelf, and you opened it up, and you busted it off the little
the sprues.
plastic architecture, and then you put it together. And some of them were
And then you had to
incredibly
sand
hard,
down
and some were
the
easy.
seams.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this, Scuba Pete? Sorry to interrupt, Raquel, but what's is this a play set?
That's a play set from G.I. Joe. That's the Terrordrome, and that's my brother's
Terrordrome.
original childhood one that he got for Christmas one year. Yep.
Wow, that's a cool toy. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's really neat. That's my
My big brother
I'm
was
more
really
of a
into horror
70s.
movies, and so he collected those models, model kits where
The
you
Universal ones, right?
move a lever and something would happen. So I saw those when I was growing up, and I thought they were really cool.
Oh, these are
What's
cool.
that
That's
way
the
up on the top of the window, Scuba?
way up above the window. Those are
Yeah.
Way up
mid-90s,
above the window.
Star Wars lightsabers.
Oh, okay.
You got your
from, like
X-wing,
95.
You got your TIE Fighter. You got your Millennium Falcon.
I love the Ewok.
That's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
That's right.
Well, I knew someone that did play therapy and had all these awesome Star Wars toys for play therapy. And the kids are getting mad. They're like, "Mom, like we gave you these like years ago, but now they're actually worth a lot of money." But she had like the Ewok Village and all these great Star Wars toys lined out, and she's like, like the Hoth. Oh, that's so awesome! I love that.
I saw one of the pieces of the Hoth up high that I know I have out there in my cabinet. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah,
that's a heck of a collection.
And then the I like the Millennium Falcon was always so expensive, so it was always like the kids that got those, like, you rich SOB. You
Those
those
TIE Fighters and AT-ATs are really hard to get.
Well, I will tell you, my mother, I mean, my parents were on their own businesses back then, and they struggled and stuff, but she got me some good stuff over the years. And one of the biggest things was the Millennium Falcon. And when I got done playing with them, she let me play with them for years and all, but when I had outgrown playing with them, she boxed them and stored them. And you know, they've shown
oh, bless her heart.
And they've shown their age a bit, but you know, they've stayed very well, and they didn't really get lost. And it's some really good stuff that we've had with there, like the Bespin Cloud Car. They even have the box to the thing.
The Bespin Clown Car.
Well, yeah, I'm jealous of that though. That Y-wing.
I love the Y-wing.
Oh my gosh, I love
brother's
that.
wife from childhood. Yep, I restored it.
I noticed that gun turret to the right of it. Yeah, that's the set that I have.
Yeah, the Hoth robot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Andy Masterson make me a Bespin Clown Car.
That is awesome. Yeah. How many cloud car pilots can you have coming out of the car?
Oh, and there's the kind and gentle Rancor.
Rancor, yep, original Kenner Rancor.
They're just
munching on a
misunderstood.
burrito.
That's nice. God.
Yes, that's.
So what? I mean, some of these are obviously you had as a kid, and then other ones are, you know, obviously collected later.
Everyone knows that G.I. Joe and Rancors just don't mix.
Poor Greedo.
That's awesome.
Look at this. Somebody's having their lunch.
Did
poor Greedo? What did Greedo do to anybody? We know Han shot first.
Guta Duta Rancor.
What's the is that the transport in the back? What's
That's
that?
the
What's that?
Rebel
Land
Transport.
Speeder.
Rebel
Yep.
transport. Yep.
And,
awesome.
yeah,
I love that Land
very-
Speeder too.
Very nice box. Yep.
Now, did any of your boxes survive from being as a kid, or
The only from a kid was the Droid Factory.
Oh,
Kenner Droid Factory. I still have that box
You have
and
that-
the whole set. Yep.
that Droid Factory was really an odd thing that my mom picked up for me at some point. At that age, I didn't really like
I didn't
it.
appreciate it. Yeah, me too.
Exactly. I didn't appreciate it then, but now looking back over the years and seeing how you really can't find that.
You can't
piece.
find it, and it's
Yeah.
always missing the R2D2. The build of R2D2 with the third leg, and of course I've got it. You know, I took really good care of my toys, and my parents stored my toys really well.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I have that.
You know,
I was
we
going to
did-
make a third leg joke, but I held back.
I could feel
Gentlemen,
it.
I need to interrupt because we have ignored the chat, and the brilliant and wonderful Hungry Boy has been peppering this marvelous chat with outstanding comments as per usual. That's his norm. But he has asked the panel, each of us, if we had a sled when we were a kid.
Radio flyer, sled.
Yes.
Yep.
First,
Still at my parents.
the rosebud joke.
What's a sled?
No, you had to be up from up north for that.
Yeah, I know. It's like
No, we don't know what sled is.
yeah.
Hungry Boy, I definitely had
Oh,
a
the Star
sled.
Wars
I
thing.
had all sorts of sleds.
that's original
I had
Star
a
Wars game.
toboggan and a sled.
We used to, at the University of Kansas, the
great.
campus is on a really big hill. They call it Mount Oriad because in Kansas, a hill is called a mountain. And people would take out cafeteria trays and they would toboggan down the hill on these cafeteria trays, completely unable to control where they were going. So they would like hit trees and spin around and go into the parking lot and hit a car.
Not Canadian for sure. Yeah, so we had toboggans and sleds and something called crazy carpets and just all sorts of winter going down a hill extremely fast type of gear. And I love that Hungry Boy brought that up because, guys, take some credit here. You inspired him to think about the things that he loved from his childhood. And so, of course, we provoked that in him. And so he was thinking about wonderful times from when he was young. And I love it, Hungry Boy. Love it, love it.
Is this the Playmobil set?
Yep.
That's awesome. Is that so relatively new, or is that old one?
That's the new.
It's a new version. Yeah, I love those.
And
yeah.
then Ecto 1 lights up, and you have the sound, which is great.
Yeah, they did a nice job. I just got the Back to the Future Playmobil for my kid.
Yeah.
The DeLorean. Yep, I got to build it. I think I built it on camera as a YouTube video, but put in all the stickers on, I guess. But yeah, Playmobil's been doing a great job. I mean,
yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Those are my favorites. My carded Buck Rogers figures. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oh, Buck Rogers.
Yes.
I was looking at the Battlestar Galactic. Is that a jigsaw puzzle back there?
Yeah, that is a Battlestar Galactica jigsaw puzzle. I like
oh my freaking god!
Because I think I have that. I have that. Yep.
I bet you do.
I love you,
I
Captain.
bet you do.
I love my Captain. I love
the Superpowers
my
collection
Captain.
is awesome. Yep.
I got the Superpowers from a friend
That's
of mine
awesome.
that I used to work with at the aquarium. He had this. He basically took over care of his father-in-law. That property, his father-in-law, ages ago, had built a giant concrete swimming pool, but it fell into disrepair. He didn't clean it out, didn't do anything. I mean, it basically turned into a murky pond.
And then the skaters came.
I like how you have that Wrath of the Spectre comic just back there boarded.
Thank you.
Like reprints of the old Fleischer Jim Aparo Spectre. Love it.
Well, that came from Roger as well. And in exchange for diving his cesspool of a pool, and I mean so much leaf litter and branches.
Imagine the smell.
Yeah, the smell. So I'm in full dive gear. And basically, I had to switch to an old laundry basket to just scoop. And you could not see 2 inches under the water. It was that.
Gross.
Once I got it kicked up, it was that black.
You had to get to the drain or something?
No, it couldn't drain it.
You're lucky there wasn't a little 2-inch crocodile in there.
Right? There could have easily been.
Superpowers Batmobile, by the way?
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, complete. Again, from Roger. I got 14 boxes of toys from Roger.
Some of those are superpowers, yeah.
This was part of his superpowers collection from when he was a kid. And he goes, "They're all yours, dude." And I was like,
what happened with the pool?
We've actually got it cleaned up very well. It's aerated, and you almost wouldn't recognize it. You might actually want to jump in it.
Yeah, well, I
was
trust,
worth it, right?
I trust you when you say that you would get it clean, but it sounds like it was a hell of a mess.
Oh, it was gnarly, but at the end, 14
and during the
giant
winter,
boxes of
the
toys.
skaters will come.
That's right.
So how did you go through these 14 boxes of toys? Did you get to choose them, or did he just give them to you and then you went through them? And what was that like?
So his rule was, I'm going to show you something, and he opened up a crawl space, and I immediately saw cardboard boxes labeled Star Wars toys, and I said, "I'll take it." He goes, If you take one, you take them all. And I said, "I'll take them all." And he said, "You don't know what you're saying." And so, 14 boxes later, I'm like, literally had the truck loaded up. I almost had to come back for Leslie. It was that full. Because it was, you either take it all now or none. And I said, "I'll take it all."
Priorities.
Exactly.
What happened with your dive gear after that then? How do you even clean it after something like that?
That was several hours of just hosing out and rinsing and then bleaching. And it was
very carefully.
Yeah, very carefully. It was.
So
was
what
gross.
a cool story. So yeah, that's an amazing story. And wow, that must have
Kal-El,
been.
Kal-El, it is that one that you saw is vintage, and I have Origins upstairs.
Nice.
Wow.
So are a lot of those Star Wars toys that you found on display now, or
They are on display. What mostly Roger had was a 1995 Star Wars, like when Phantom Menace came out.
Power of the Force.
Yep.
Yeah, Power of the Force 2. So they re-released a lot of stuff.
Excuse me.
Death Star
That
Space
was
Station.
1998.
98.
Hey, on the Death Star Space Station, do you
Yes.
still have the Diagna? The
Dianoga?
monster-
Yeah,
yeah.
sure do.
Not
Yep.
really? Wow.
yeah, that
Yeah, he's in with Luke and Han. in
that's
Trash
what
Compactor.
we've read that whole set that's the piece that people tended to lose the most. You know,
Yeah.
if you find it, that's the one piece
Yeah,
that
those
you.
are going for $60, $70, $80
Wow.
just for the Dianoga.
Yeah,
what is that? It's a figure. It's
Yeah, the
It's-
green
it's
trash
it's the
monster.
monster.
From the
It's the monster.
compactor.
compact.
grabs
Okay,
Luke.
yep.
And that styrofoam feels really
Beautiful.
goofy after 40 years too.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Tauntaun.
Jabba. Now the collection from this video has basically doubled, so it's time
Wow.
for a new video.
Wow.
Your collection is now complete.
Most impressive.
The
I don't
infamous
think his
GIF.
collection's ever going to be complete. This is
No,
his passion.
it's not.
I think
Yeah.
he might get to museum level, but I definitely don't think that that Scuba Pete is going to look at Leslie one day and say, "We're finished." I think
it'll never
Leslie
happen.
would drop to the floor in shock. I
Right?
don't think that's going to happen.
Do you have the Boba Fett that actually shoots the missile?
The prototype Boba Fett? No, I do not.
No,
do
the one
have,
that you like collect 5 or something, the figures, and you send all the proof of purchase in, and
Well,
they send
that's-
you
that's
the
the
Boba
prototype.
Fett
Yeah,
with
the mail away Boba Fett. And
Yeah.
I did as a kid. I have that Boba Fett, but because a kid choked on the missile from a Battlestar Galactica toy,
Yep.
Kenner said, we're not going to have it where it launches. We're
What
gonna
did they
glue that
recall
in."
it?
They never recalled it.
Nope.
They
But they didn't make
simply
it anymore.
they just simply
They
sent
never
out
made it.
Bobas. Yeah. Now,
They didn't make
there
it.
are prototypes that people had, and those
Okay.
have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
No.
But I have from kind of the maker movement of toys from Pro Customs. They make some prototype Boba Fett's for, I think it was like $40-$50, and they do launch. I mean, it's
Nice.
it's set up just like the original Kenner ones. It's cool.
That's cool.
On a side note, a friend of mine, through another friend, his older brother worked for Kenner back in the day, and he actually had a prototype Boba Fett that he sold
No way.
many years ago, like in the early 2000s, and he said, I thought I got a lot of money then for it. He goes, seeing what they go for now, I'm like, yeah, you could have, quintuple the price.
He couldn't
What
have
he
known
sold it.
that
Yeah, you
there was
couldn't
going to
have
be a
known.
really crappy TV show about it.
Right? No,
How many prototypes of Boba Fett are there?
I don't know how many are floating around out there.
I mean, they've made like 10 of them, or I mean, it can't be
Yeah,
that
it's
many,
one
right?
of those kooky, in-house things. But like, I make trips up to Cincinnati to go toy hunting, and you will see in those shops a lot of old Kenner in-house stuff. I mean, prototypes,
Yeah.
paper materials, you name it, from Kenner, and it's really cool.
Oh, and thank you to Whoopa Trooper, and he just subbed to the channel, so appreciate that. Thanks,
All right. Yay.
thanks for subbing. And guys, I got to get to my day job tomorrow, and I went an extra 20 minutes. The admin was supposed to clobber me over the top of the head. My God, this is so awesome.
I got
tonight.
sorry, I failed. I got sucked
Waddle.
into Star Wars.
Yep.
Uh,
We
And
were
have Punk
oogling.
We were all oogling. Yep.
Yeah,
I was
actually
Oogling or ogling?
I was actually salivating. It came out of my mouth. I didn't even realize it.
That's probably a better description, Cardinal Sin. Yeah.
But Scuba Pete, thank you for being here. That was awesome.
Thank you
And,
for sharing.
Welcome anytime. And yeah, this is really cool.
For having me on.
I've got that link was up before. Let me to your awesome collection there. Here, I'll put that in so people don't miss that. But check check this
And then
video
we ran
check
out of time,
80s.
so I'm going to totally interrupt Mark because Mark is a very humble person. He's a very kind person, and he's very humble. And so I like to push his stuff. And the reason why I like to push his stuff is because he's actually really good at what he does. So a lot of people are talking about makers in our community. Mark's a maker. So Mark understands machining and 3D printing. He also has a definite artistic flair. You one day, if you have time and you haven't watched the video, please go watch the video that includes his Doomsday Machine. But he does more than that. He understands, like Scuba Pete, what it's like to collect things. So when things are broken or things are missing or things are unavailable anymore, Mark will try and figure out a way of making those, recreating those things to just to showcase the item or to repair the item to his best ability. And so, you know, Mark does that. So while we go around patting lots of makers in our community, just don't forget to pat Mark on the back. And if you need something, if you need a repair, or you know, you've thought of a toy that you would love to have, like the Doomsday Machine. I mean, isn't that a stroke of genius? Conceiving to make the Doomsday Machine for a bunch of nerds. Don't be afraid to call on Mark's door, knock on Mark's door, I mean. Because he's a heck of a great guy, an honest guy, and he's really good at what he does.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Raquel. That's so nice of you. It make me blush, but yeah, thank you.
Have you seen the Doomsday Machine? Never mind your blushing. You did such a great job. It's beautiful.
Now he's blushing more.
Yeah, you can see. Look at the radiation truck is glowing. So, God, that's so nice. Yep, but. I really appreciate that, and Cardinal Sin, I just posted that he's got Masters of the Genre tomorrow. Cardinal's been having some amazing shows and amazing guests, so there's a link to that. So make sure to check out his channel, sub to his channel. Yeah, really great stuff. Raquel, you know, I've got the link below to purchase your short stories, which are fantastic. Clobbering Times is going to be hitting 1,000 episodes sometime next week.
No, February 9th, actually.
February 9th, yep. So congrats on that. That's just so awesome. Yep. So and Dadman, you can see Dadman on his Ang's channel, which is his daughter. On let me put that in the chat here.
The whole darn Dadman clan. Awesome. What a beautiful family they are. Such a nice family. Just they're great people, good people.
Well, thank you very much. It's appreciated, and we appreciate you and love you and Clobby and Mark and for all y'all have done and y'all's attention and for being so welcoming. Because you know what, I'm a Star Wars snob, but now I'm branching out and getting a little more into Trek that I never thought I would have done before.
I thought you were going to say envious.
No, I don't know. I might get envious after looking at the book that's coming. So who knows? I might start stalking Trek stuff now.
Did you send your information to our captain?
Not yet, but I can talk to him later about that.
Yes, please do, so that I can get that shipped off to you as soon as possible.
Absolutely, no problem. But again, thank you for the very kind words. You know,
and by the way, I just have to say, I think you have one of the cleverest names on YouTube.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, do you want to hear this? Name. I mean, I know Mark's got to go, but I can tell you the story real quickly.
Sure.
When everything started shutting down, I was going to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock. It was messing me up because I stay up late usually. My daughter comes in, she's like, "Dad, this is wrong. Just let's play Fortnite." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Because I don't know what to do. I hate modern gaming controllers and too many buttons and stuff." Well, she's like, "Don't worry about it." So I said, "Okay." She's like, "What do you want to be called?" I said, "Just call me Dead Man Walking because I'm just going to die and all that." So she's like, "No, Dad, I can't do that to you." So she dropped the E and made me Dad Man Walking but apparently there are other Dadman walkings out there. I've even seen one on Twitter. So that's how it became Dadman Walking 55. 55 means nothing. It's what it is. She made it up, but that's.
I thought you were
that's the
born in
origin.
1955.
You counted all the way up.
No, he
54
can't
was
drive
taken, 53 was
55.
taken,
He
53
can't
was taken.
drive 55.
Raquel's right. I can't drive 55. You know, I
Got
yeah,
you, baby. I got your back.
Thank you, man. I'm not that old yet, you know. So hey, yeah, I tell you, my wife, she embraces her age. She'll tell you in a heartbeat how old she is. She's not afraid, but yeah, I'm not quite that old yet. So I like Raquel's line of thinking. We think a lot alike. I think, Raquel.
We do. You are such a good
That's what's
friend. I
awesome.
love your wife and your whole family. I think you are just great people.
Well, thank you. We think a lot of you too. We appreciate it.
And hail to the great Canadian Spider-Man. I just put his handle
Hey.
in the chat.
Hail, Canadian Spider-Man.
Another great Canadian friend. Yep.
Canadian Spidey.
So yep. So that's
Well,
awesome. We got
thanks
a new
for
video
having
today.
us, Mark. This was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Scuba
Yeah.
Pete, Cardinal Sin, the
great.
great Clubby. Clubby
Yes.
was here.
Clubby.
And the Dadman clan. So thank you so much for having us. We had a blast.
This
Mhm.
was great.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Always.
Indeed.
And
This
watch.
is so-
I was gonna say watch Clobbering Times, of course, tomorrow night and all during the week. So
Yay.
and I'm gonna play my favorite. I'm gonna put the background on here, and then I'm gonna play our. Well, I always play this first before we head out. I always because it's late.
Oh,
at night,
yeah.
so we're gonna play this and
I love-
just say appreciate everyone who's here and just want to say
Oh,
goodnight to everyone.
look, the Liberator.
Yeah, the Liberator. Yep. So
Yep.
Canadian Spider-Man, Eric K, Punk Waddle, Lovely Sherry, Hungry Boy. Who am I missing here? Shellback was here. Whoopa Troopa, Kyle. We won't say goodnight to Love Face. There.
Steve Mitchum, get better, buddy.
Steve
Get better.
Mitchum, yeah, get better, Steve. Get better,
Yes, Steve
Mitchum.
Mitchum.
And Courtney was here.
Yeah.
And of course, Pat S was here earlier, and
Six. Yeah.
Six
I
was
see
here. and I guess
communicators. I'm
Yep.
jealous.
Yep, those are some of my other favorite toys as a kid. Yep, and I think Tim Stock was here. And if I'm forgetting anyone, and sorry about that, I'm an old geek, but Kogi Pan was here. But yeah, Steve Mitchum, get well, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This is my. I always got to end the show with.
It turns out you
with this
can
one.
teach an old geek new tricks.
For sure, right?
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.